Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Went missing on June 15th, 2021. She disappeared from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in Hopkins County. On her 2-year milestone, we placed this banner on the side of the road. Since she went missing, she hasn't been heard or seen from again. While I was visiting the area, I saw Don Wells working on his truck and asked him if he'd come down and speak to me, which he did. Don Wells and I had a conversation about his daughter Summer Wells and information related to her disappearance. Don Wells maintains that somebody came on the property and took his daughter away. He still believes after all this time she has been abducted. His family came under heavy scrutiny, but they've maintained their innocence. One thing Don Wells told me is that they have no new leads into anybody that could have been responsible or is responsible for the disappearance of his daughter, Summer Wells. Many people across this country want to know what happened to Summer Wells. Where is Summer? If you have any information related to the disappearance of Summer Wells, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. A Kingsport mother is still missing. Layla Santinello has been missing since June 27, 2023. Witnesses state that she ran from the AmeriCorps Hotel the day before. My friend Chronicles of Olivia and I, we have been here several times searching for Layla Santinello, which bring us to places like this abandoned golf course facility. Many places like this exist across Kingsport, Tennessee, making it very difficult to find where Layla's whereabouts could be. It's places like this that keep us concerned. Where could Layla Santinello be? Is she out there somewhere? The details Chronicles of Olivia and I have found out are highly disturbing, and I can tell you, based on the information we've heard and learned, someone knows something. Where is Layla Santinello? Will anyone come forward? Will anybody be willing to tell the truth? Will anyone stand up and help the Santinello family? After running several stories about Layla Santinello, several people came forward. One of the last places Layla was seen was in this field, coming out of the woods. We have searched everywhere. We have posted flyers all over Kingsport, Tennessee, seeking answers in the disappearance of Layla Santinello. We're asking anybody with any information to please come forward. We're doing our part to search for Layla Santinello. We need the community's help. We're asking anybody and everyone, please come forward if you have any information about Layla Santinello or the people she was with the afternoon of June 27th. We are doing our part. Are you willing to do yours?
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
Well, hello, my beautiful people of YouTube. I hope you guys are doing well. It looks like we've got a full house this morning. The people that were in our chat this morning, I said good morning to all the new people coming in since the intro started. Good morning. We've got a lot to go over. This is going to be a longer than usual live for the Bullhorn Betty channel. We're going back to the way we did things prior to the Sebastian Rogers case, where we take the first half an hour and go over other cases before we get into the meat and potatoes of our segment. So without further ado, I do want to enlighten people because this stuff gets a little gunky. If you guys can see me clearer, hey, I got a new camera. I hope it's coming in clearer. This one actually had an adjustable, where I can clear, like it's not autofocus. I like the manual focus for Bullhorn Betty, okay? I move around way too much for an autofocus camera, okay? I am just a very moving type of person. Is Seth up in the house? Good morning. Good morning, Seth. It's nice to see you. So we're going to be taking just a few minutes. We're going to get caught up on a little special thing that I call the language of letting go. And so a fitting language of letting go quote for December 31st is, as the year closes, let go of the burdens that no longer serve you, making space for new beginnings in the new year ahead. The explanation of letting go. This directly reflects to the theme of releasing negativity or past experiences that are holding you back. Year closes, capturing the transition from one year to the next, highlighting the perfect time to reflect and release. Burdens that no longer serve you, emphasizing the ideas of identifying and letting go of things that are not beneficial to you anymore. And of course, new beginnings represents the potential for fresh starts and positive change in the coming year. So I just wanted to kind of get back to, a lot of you guys are new to me since the Sebastian Rogers case. However, I've been on this platform for several years. And one of the things we always did was the language of letting go and advocating for other people that we cannot dive into the case for, but taking a few moments to make our audience aware of what's going on. So good morning, everybody. I'm Bullhorn Betty, and we're going to get started on our first story today. This is a missing 13-year-old boy. He's been missing more than a week. I can tell you, just based on what I'm reading here, this is a child that already has some issues going on in his life. He's 13 years old. He's got big old tattoos up and down his arms. But we still advocate for all of those because, especially him being 13 and appearing that he has some type of affiliation with someone or something, it does cause concern of the condition of this young man, this 13-year-old boy. 13-year-old children can get in a lot of hot water. You know, they think they're grown, but they're still a kid. They think they're, bigger than life, 10 foot tall, bulletproof. And sometimes it's just not that way. So we are advocating for 13-year-old Jaden. That's him right here. He's a cute boy, but there you go. This tattoo on his arms kind of give us a little insight to, some of the issues going on in this young boy's life. 13-year-olds typically aren't eager to get tattoos like this unless there are things going on. So I do want to just take a few moments, no matter what their behaviors is, if they're missing, it's our duty as a community to make sure that they're safe. So if you see this boy, if you're one of my Florida family members, please keep him, be vigilant about this, and call any leads and tips into Polk County. Our beautiful Grady Judd is the sheriff of Polk County Sheriff's Office. So we always definitely want to help out if possible. Now, guys, I'm not on the screen at the moment, so just bear with me. If you guys have any questions, I will get to them. This is another missing person out of Florida. However, this is to the Newark residents. Have you seen Teresa? I wanted to go over just a little bit of information. It's further down here. Newark officials are asking for the public's help in locating a 26-year-old Teresa Mackey from West Palm Beach, Florida, who was reported missing on Friday, December 27th. According to the statement released by Newark Police Department, Miss Mackey, who was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome, arrived in Newark International Airport on December 24th. She was detained at the airport along with a male companion and subsequently transported to Newark Bethel Israel Medical Center for evaluation. So it sounds like she was having some strange behaviors at the airport. Authorities reported Mackey fled the hospital and may now be heading to Brooklyn. She's 4'11", about 100 pounds. If you have any information, please reach out to 877 NWK Tips. NWK Tips, which is 695-8477. So I'm just going to go through some of these things fairly quickly. I just wanted to advocate for the two people here. This is Teresa Mackey, beautiful girl. Sounds like she's having some type of mental health issue. And then, of course, we have the Jaden Brown right here, which also needs to be found. Now, as we move on, we also have another issue of finding a child. I'm going to show you guys this video because I think it's important. You guys need to see the movements and the behaviors of the person that abandoned this child. it's heartbreaking, but the other side of this is the fact that this child didn't wind up in a dumpster. Okay. We should be very thankful that this person at least wanted to make sure that their child or this child did not succumb to the injuries of a dumpster or just abandonment someplace else. But there was a child in New York that has been abandoned, and we're going to watch that video now. It's going to have a little commercial in it, and then it'll get on with it. So here it is, the green bag. You will notice, let the advertisement play, but the green bag will be the baby.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children. 1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer. Join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Here we go. That green bag is the baby. Okay. The green bag. What's happened here? Well, whatever. So I'll just read the story. It's not playing very well, so I will read the story. But that green bag was the baby, and it was dropped off at I believe, a business. I saw a door open. The New York City Police Department is investigating after an infant was abandoned in a tote bag near Bronx apartment building. Police responded to a 911 call just after 6 a.m. Sunday for a crying baby and discovered someone had placed the infant girl wrapped in a blanket inside a tote bag and left the bag in front of an apartment building on Reverend James A. Polite Avenue, according to officials. The New York Police Department said the baby, who has not yet been identified, was taken to New York Health and Hospitals. Jacoby in stable condition and remains in the care of hospital staff. This is apparently the apartment building. And there is the baby in the tote bag. The person is obscuring their identity, long jacket, covered face. But if you recognize the shoes or the pants, it's clearly a woman. It, to me, appears to be a petite woman, probably 110 pounds at most, just based off that photo. But you are asked to call crimestoppers.New York, or excuse me, 800-577-TIPS, or you can go to the Crime Stoppers website at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org, or send tips to @NewYorkPDTips through there. You can also call. They're strictly confidential with any telephone calls. This is another disturbing situation. A lot of people don't realize that here in Manatee County, we just had a home invasion. And the home invaders were from Chile. They were here illegally, and one of them was shot and succumbed to their injuries here in Manatee County. This is not unique to Manatee County where I'm at. Okay, this is happening all over the country. We heard about the young girl in Texas. We heard about Laken Riley, which took the forefront on this conversation. And there's more when it comes to violence. And I don't want to harp on this, because I truly believe that there are a lot of people that come here for a new life, for their family, because of the conditions of their country. I'm not saying that. But in that mix of people are some really horrible people involved that should not be here. They come from third world countries where they have to fight to survive. We're not in a country, we're in a civilized country where we don't fight to survive. We go out and work and earn our money and, do what we can with the little we get, right? We don't go and take things from other people. Well, we shouldn't. There are a lot of people in jail for taking things that didn't belong to them. I get that. But with violence, we have our own problems here from our own people as is. And now we're adding more people to the problem. And it's becoming a struggle. And you kind of feel bad in part because they're here without documentation. They can't get legitimate jobs. They're probably struggling, for many of them that don't have any type of education or any type of skill other than violence and gangs. And we've heard about them. We've heard about these gangs coming into the United States. This is not from anything I can say that's gang related, but it's definitely a crime that shouldn't be here, right? That shouldn't be on our coast, but it is. And this is from Miami-Dade, which is another port of entry for people that are here illegally. But this guy right here is a little bit, oh, I got the wrong one. This is we'll have to go over it. There's a guy that shot his hand off, but this is about in Hialeah County, a man kidnapped a 6-year-old boy and his brother saved him. I forgot about this one. I put it in the wrong order. I apologize. Authorities said 56-year-old Jose Ronaldo Martinez Reyes, a stranger with no connection to the boy or the trailer park where he lives at the 1300 block of Northwest 79th Street, befriended the child while playing soccer and lured him away with the offer of playing or buying a toy. After walking with the boy to the Family Dollar store at 2151 Northwest 79th Street in the Gladeview area, Martinez Reyes claimed he had no money and continued to lead the child further away by holding his hand, according to the arrest report. Alfredo Velazquez said the uncle of the 6-year-old Jake said he does not care who you are. If you are nice with him, he will be nice to you, and that's always my fear. Family members said the abduction happened after Jake's 15-year-old brother briefly stepped inside to use the bathroom. The brother and the family friend found Martinez Reyes walking with the boy along Northwest 79th Street and 24th Avenue after a frantic search. The teen told local 10 News he was scared for his younger brother. I was looking around, the victim told him. Miami-Dade said that Martinez Reyes was confronted. He claimed in Spanish the boy was his son and tried to pull him away from his brother. A brief struggle ensued before the teenager freed the boy and told him to hide in a vehicle. The older brother and the family friend detained the man until police arrived, according to investigator. I just got him back, put him in the car, and called 911, the brother said. So we have to be ultra vigilant when it comes to our children out there. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. Thank you. We got 933 people in chat. Please don't forget to hit the like button. We are working right now. I don't know why. It looks like my computer might shut down if I don't pull some things off here. I guess I got too much stuff running through here. So we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. If I shut down, guys, please just stick with me. We've got I've got it all plugged in, so we're plugged up. But my computer is running awfully hot. Now we're going to go into these. These are going to be brief. This is about a deadbeat dad. I just want to let all the people out there know that this guy right here owes over $100,000 in child support, and they detained him after getting off a cruise. He can't pay his child support, but he has all the money in the world to go on cruises. This man, who authorities said owed $100,000 in child support, was taken into custody while debarking a cruise ship in Miami, according to multiple reports. Dominique Weaver of Louisville, Kentucky, was captured last week after being on the run for over 10 years. He has been absconding his children for 10 years. That is the epitome of a deadbeat father. This beautiful cupcake here wants to sell her child to the highest bidder. The Texas woman under arrest after she tried to SELL her baby on a Facebook group to several people, including one family coming down there, and she was demanding $200 from this and states that the baby wasn't worth $200 to them, then screw them all. Trying to, her child. This is ridiculous for $200. Now, granted, she was looking for a safe home for this child, but there's a reason why there's adoption processes that must be adhered to when dealing with this, and you can't SELL your children. Okay, it just doesn't work like that. There is a process. We've heard of Caleb Collins, and we're just advocating here this morning for more information related to Caleb Collins. He's the 1-year-old boy that was missing, that was nobody knew was missing. He has not been located, and his father and sister are now deceased. His mother is in critical condition. I'm not sure why they blurred out her face, probably because of the situation going on. But her son is gone, was missing, and it appears that the father put the family in a car and at 90 miles an hour careened it into a tree, which unalived him and his daughter, leaving his wife in critical condition without her husband or her 2 children. I'm not sure why. There he is. There is Caleb Collins right there. If you know anything about this young toddler, please reach out to law enforcement anywhere you're at. Any law enforcement, let them know that Caleb Collins from Alabama, you know information about him, and tell them what you know. He has been missing. I have to believe that this child is deceased because of some email or posts on social media that basically stated that his son was in, had some medical stuff, and no law enforcement nor medical practitioner states that they have any kind of information about any type of medical condition that this young boy had. So there's more to this story, obviously, than meets the eye, because this family was missing this child all the way back in September. And as it was approaching the holidays, it makes it a little harder and harder to hide a missing child, because family wants to know where the child is, wants to prepare gifts for them. And now they're telling them that the child was sick and now going to live with other family members. It doesn't make sense. I don't know who would believe that nonsense, but either way, it is what it is. Let me look at my time real quick, see where we are in time, see how much more I can get through. I got about 4 minutes. I'm going to try to get through the rest of these, and then we'll get started on our topic of conversation. This is an interesting case that none of us have really been following, because this was from 8 years ago. And this was related to a married man that had a side piece and a love child from this side piece. And that side piece disappeared. So a married Florida man has been arrested in connection with a 2016 cold case disappearance of secret ex-girlfriend and their 8-year-old love child. Gustavo Respirado, I can't pronounce their name, who has long been in the prime suspect. The prime suspect in the case was charged Tuesday with 2 counts of kidnapping, resulting in death of Liliana Moreno, 43, and their daughter, Daniela. He not only, I don't know how, I mean, even if you are married, how can you ever harm your own child? Your own child. I will never understand this with people. It's just something I don't understand. I will never understand it. Will never be able to get that in my brain, how a parent can injure their own offspring, their own child, despite how that child came about. It has been 8 years and we haven't heard anything from them. So it was really shocking and unbelievable. Liliana's brother, Eduardo, told the outlet, look at that. They were beautiful. Look at that little girl. How could a father hurt a child? I will never understand this. I will never, ever understand this. It breaks my heart, and literally it does something to me. It just does something to me. According to the indictment obtained by WSVN, I would like to say it. Restrepo? Am I saying it right? I feel like it's going to have a Spanish slang to it, but I just can't do it. 55 allegedly abducted the mother and daughter on May 30th, 2016, after hiding the fact that he was the girl's father from his wife and family. The case made national headlines after news spread of Moreno and her daughter disappearing after last being near a Home Depot in Hialeah Gardens. We were just there for that 14-year-old. Remember that? Like last year or the year before? I think it was last year, 2023. We were out there in Hialeah covering a case of a 14-year-old boy unaliving his mother. Very, very sad stuff. So it sounds like he told relatives he had a fight with Moreno and her daughter before kicking them out of his car along the turnpike. Police later suspected foul play and named the Mr., as the person of interest. He was found stabbing himself in a nearby parking lot. So he was trying to, and that's the piece of crap right there that has the ability to unalive a little girl, his little girl. I can't. Oh, and this is probably going to be I got 3 more. We'll just go over the time for this. Give me just a second. This is something that really bothers me quite a lot. And I don't think we ever, I think our guard is down, right? So when we order, say, pizza or delivery service, occasionally, especially if we don't order it online, we order it through the phone. If we order it online, we can add a tip to our credit card. But if you call, like, say, a pizza joint or a Chinese joint, right, and order over the phone, typically they'll deliver to you for cash. And what happens when you're short on cash or you have large bills that can't be broken right there on the spot? You give them what you have. You feel bad for it. You know that 10% or 15% is what you need to pay the pizza delivery person. But when you have a $20 bill and they don't have change to break it, you're not giving them $20. I'm sorry, you're just not. They should have been prepared with enough bills and things like that. Well, in this particular case, this person ordered pizza for her child. Now, mind you, she was pregnant. She had a child and her boyfriend or her husband in the hotel room. And all she had was $2. The delivery lady rolled her eyes and left the hotel. Do you know that this delivery girl, this woman, came back with another person? She was holding a knife and her other person was holding a pew-pew over a tip. This lady is going to go to jail for 30 years of her life because she decided to go after a pregnant woman for not giving her her tip. Let me get through this so we can get this off because it's slow and it's causing some problems with all the advertisements in the back. There's the piece of garbage right there. Now, again, like I said, the woman that she stabbed was pregnant. And again, Kissimmee, Florida. Florida is the state that keeps on giving. A woman is behind bars after allegedly stabbing a pregnant victim 14 times over a pizza delivery tip. Police are searching for her accomplice. Brianna Alvello is charged with attempted murder with a weapon, home invasion with a firearm, and aggravated assault with a weapon for the attack on a woman in a Florida motel. Police say the victim, Melinda Irizarry, I can't pronounce the names, who was staying at a hotel with her boyfriend and 5-year-old daughter, was attacked after ordering pizza. For the life of me, don't understand people. Alvello, who delivered the food, allegedly became upset after she was only given a $2 tip. At least she was given a tip. There's some people that don't even do that. As offensive as it is what it is. The victim told officers she had tried to find a smaller bill after Alvello refused to make change for the pizza, but could not find more bills. So she told Alvello, she said that the Alvello rolled her eyes and walked away without saying anything after taking the money. Later, the victim says she and her daughter and her boyfriend were asleep in bed when they heard a loud bang on the door. When they opened the door, a large man and woman forced their way in, armed with a knife and a pew-pew. Police say the male suspect took the victim's boyfriend into the bathroom and left the woman and the child in the bedroom. And this lady had the audacity to attack the woman in front of her 5-year-old daughter while pregnant. The victim then turned her back on the female to shield her daughter. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. So long story short, this person is in jail. I would assume that it's her brother, a boyfriend, or a friend, most likely somebody that's tied to her either by bloodline or, boyfriend, husband, or something like that. I truly would believe that it was somebody like that helped her. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be another arrest coming. Again, this is in Kissimmee, Florida, which is really near Orlando, Florida. And lastly, this is the illegal from Honduras that shot his own finger off while trying to commit domestic violence. His ex moved on. He was having problems. He couldn't let go. The girlfriend had a boyfriend at her house. He broke into the house, shot the new boyfriend several times, taking off his own ring finger in the process. And of course, he's behind bars. That's just the run of the mill there. And I think that's about all I've got for today. There was an ATF agent in Riverview, Florida that was shot and now is paralyzed from his injuries. Oh, and lastly, this is the last one we're going to be discussing, because this might be something we do look into a little more because it's an active and ongoing investigation. Let me put this up on the big screen so you guys can see it. I think my lips should start syncing now that I got most of this stuff off of the screen by now. The discovery of a body in Arkansas leads to a death investigation. And I wanted you guys to hear about this. This is in Blytheville, Arkansas. The discovery of a body in Blytheville, Arkansas led to a death investigation. Authorities discovered a body Saturday, December 28th on Roseman Street, according to the Blytheville Police Department. BPD said that the person, still unidentified as of Monday, was sent to Arkansas State Crime Laboratory for identification and for cause of death to be determined. So if you are in this area, I'm going to start pulling as much information as possible about this case. This is a new, active, and ongoing case. If you are in that area and you've seen anything odd, you are asked to reach out to the Criminal Investigation Division at 870-763-4411 with any information. Again, the person's identity has not been, actually, I need to probably send this to myself, has not been identified just yet. So we will see, what happens with that case. All right, guys, we went over our time just a little bit. I do thank you guys for all being here while I got you guys briefed on new cases and updates in the situation. I did gloss over a few things because it gets a little hard and tricky on these platforms to discuss child cases and child welfare cases. Us content creators, when it comes to children, have to be very careful and cognizant of the words we use and how we use them, because it does trigger, anxiety among YouTube, right? They don't want anybody saying any words that could be or deemed, critical or offensive or graphic in any nature, especially when it comes to children. I will tell you this. Part of my morning research is, looking for new cases. And I got to say, there's one search that I do that I almost want to take off because it causes me so much anxiety when I go to that search criteria. I have all these things set up over the years, for searching criteria, so to help me identify specific types of cases and such. And one of those is just child. I have a child crime search that I set up with certain keywords in it. And it's really to try to locate, children that are either missing or are deceased, and looking at those cases. But what that search actually does cultivate is a lot of essay. I don't think I ever realized how how much this stuff is going on until I got into this field of work. And I did start setting up the search because it's a search I can never pull anything off of. Some of the stuff is graphic. It's talking about photos. It's talking about actual engagement. It's talking about a number of things. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I saw a few people have donated. We do have a goal right now. All super stickers and super chats go to that goal. So you can do one for 99 cents and it goes toward the goal. The goal is set. And if we reach the goal before we end this show, we will open up the phone lines for a full hour to discuss the Sebastian Rogers case or one of the other cases that I previewed with you guys this morning. And it's just a lot. So I wanted to let you guys know about the child stuff, you know, that there is a lot going on in this country. I wish I could show you guys how often and how much it's going on. But I'm fearful that the gods to be that don't like people knowing that the atrocity that happened to our children, right? This platform doesn't have the appetite for us to tell you about those stories, okay? And it's hard for me because I think it's important that people realize what's going on behind the scenes with our children that we can't talk about on these public platforms because they censor us. Or we work very hard to uncover information about these cases and we can't get monetization because we're talking about a child crime. And I think that is so unfair to our audience that we can't even advocate for some of these cases because we will be shut down by YouTube. I mean, they won't take the video off. It's just a lot of work that we can't even get advertising revenue on, which prevents many of us, right? It prevents many of us from discussing these cases that I think people should and have a right to hear about, quite frankly. And so we have a choice of going without monetization to cover the story, or depending on what, they could literally terminate our account if we say one thing that YouTube doesn't like. And I think that's wholly unfair because these are news cases and they are hindering freedom of press when it comes to children. We can't tell our audience the atrocities that are going against our children because of their sensitivity. Meanwhile, on X, we can watch a person literally pew-pewed without any pixelation, and it's perfectly fine. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but, you know, at the end of the day, for me, the truth is the truth. And these cases are despicable and deplorable. And I truly believe people, if they actually, you know why crime was so less than it is today, back in the early days of our country? Because you stole something, you lost your hand. You committed a crime, you would be hung in public square. People saw the graphic nature and chose not to commit those crimes because they saw the punishment for those. And I truly believe that this whole censorship is for the birds, because this is life. And if you don't like it, then don't do it. Like, for example, there was one person that put graphic nature of what an abortion is on here, and they took the channel saying it was too graphic. Well, no shit. Well, no shit. It's a child. Thank you for letting us know that. So it's too much to put on these platforms, but people can advocate for it. If you can advocate for something, you should be able to stomach what you're advocating for. Just saying. Right? That's if you're advocating for something, then you should be okay with the process, and it shouldn't be offensive watching the process. If it's offensive watching the process and it strikes you on a moral compass, then that you need to take note of. Just saying. I can't stomach it. That's why I don't support it. If I could stomach it, I might support it, but I can't. So that's just what it is for me. Okay, so now we're getting back to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a 15-year-old boy that disappeared. He has since had his 16th birthday, which he was not able to attend because he's been missing. And he's been missing for a significant amount of time. 10 months, over 10 months to be exact. From everything that we learned from Sebastian's teacher, thank you guys. And I'll go over all your super chats and super stickers in just a second. Thank you for all your love and support. So this child, we've learned a lot about. For those that don't know much about this child, I have an entire playlist of my commentary from the beginning to where we are now. You will see that we have changed our positions about this case multiple times as new information came out. We're not married to any particular theory. We just know something terrible happened to this child. Children just don't disappear for 10 months willingly, okay? There's something more going on here, because even if he did run away, where would he go? He would go to his dad's, right? If he was mad at mommy and stepdaddy, what's the next reasonable thing? Going to his dad, which he loves. And so I just feel like at this point, with his ailments and disabilities, he clearly would not have the ability to take care of himself without food, money, belongings of any kind. He has no personal belongings with him. He literally has one pair of underwear. If we are to believe everything that has been told to us by the mom and stepdad, we are to believe that this boy only literally has one pair of underwear, one pair of pants, and one long sleeve shirt that he's been wearing for the last 10 months. Does not make sense to a reasonable person. Good morning, Shay. It's nice to see you. So where do we go from here? Well, what we originally did, thank you guys. That's so loving to see you guys. Thank you guys. What we did here is we went back to the beginning of this case multiple times, because as new information comes out, we listen to old interviews to see if any of that new information may make something that was in one of those old interviews stand out to us. And every time new information comes about and we go back to the interviews, we hear something we didn't hear once before. And this is no different. We're learning a lot about this. For example, there's been this undertone of, like an essay type of situation as to why they wanted Sebastian out of the house. They never came out and said it, but let's face it, by their associations with some of these content creators that are, peddling bunk information for the benefit of the mom and stepfather, we're learning that, we learned that there's something behind the scenes as to why Sebastian could not stay in that home. And even though they were trying to say it had nothing to do with Faith, every time we turned around, it seemed like Faith and him were being brought up into conversations as to why he couldn't be there. And this was being peddled by the people that work the closest with the mom and stepfather about this underlying thing that can't be discussed as to why he has to get out of the house and why Faith can't be around Sebastian, but it has nothing to do with Faith. But it was just this undertone. And then we find out, that's kind of how it's been established, and implied since Smiley's World interview with them. And it's kind of taken on its own little life as to people's opinions of why he couldn't be there. Somebody even said early on that he might have made a pass or a move on his own mother. If that doesn't solidify the thought process that was going on at the time when people were hearing this. And then just recently on ET's channel, by the way, ET, you can kiss my white breaded ass too. Just thought I'd throw that back at you, baby. And we learned that he didn't have those types of interests, neither one way or the other, boys or girls, no type of interest. So it let us know, whose birthday is it? Somebody's birthday? Morgan? Happy birthday, Morgan. God bless you. God bless you. Every now and again, I catch something going over on in the chat. It grabs my eyes. It looks like happy birthday, Sasha, as well. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, birthday people. If you were birthday in December, happy birthday. If you are a January baby, happy early birthday to you. We'll be ringing it in tonight. I hope, is everybody excited for the new year? Put a 1 in the chat if you're excited to ring in the new year. Put a 2 in the chat if you're still in the humbug Scrooge mode from Christmas. I'm a 1. I'm ready to ring in the new year. I'm ready to shake 2024 and kick it out of my life. Oh, good. Aw, you're blue, Mama Bear. Aw. You guys aren't ready to kick it in. You guys want to hold on to 2. Aw. Aw. So we got a mixed group. Some people want to still live in 2024, and some people are ready for the new experience of 2025, baby. However, the one bad part about it is this year, there's going to be a missing person at the table yet again, and it's Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. So what has been going on? Well, here recently, I learned that this Yahoo, Nick Barris, I say that out loud. The Nick Barris, once again, has not, and I mean that in all fairness, has not given us an update and literally does the same exact news clip. He just did the same exact news clip he just did a couple weeks ago. It's like, right? We're kind of getting bored with the same thing, condemning social media. Bub, social media has ran circles around you, and I want to know how many leads you have strummed up with your news organizations to call in, because I know while you're sitting here condemning social media, right? We've been making sure this case does not go cold. If social media was not in this case, that man right there would not be running this case. Why? Because it would have been nothing burger. And all he's about is ratings. But hey, let's condemn social media that actually gives a damn about this child, has proven that they give a damn about this child. So let's play this nonsense yet again. Guys, I'm going to tell you, it's literally almost verbatim from his last stuff. Less than credible sources. Well, I can tell you right now, when this case is done, I guarantee we're going to be spot on, and Nick Barris can kiss Bullhorn Betty's ass. Somebody clip that to him and send it to him, please. Courtesy of Bullhorn Betty. Tell him to suck it. Literally.
Disappearance, though, remains sadly a confounding mystery. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who vanished without a trace from his home in Hendersonville 10 months ago. As Nick Barris tells us, his Amber Alert is still active. The case remains open. So many of you have continued to follow any developments in what has become one of the top stories of this past year.
Oh, one of the top stories of this past year. Nick Barris, I hate to burst your bubble. You didn't do that. Social media did. Let me make sure I'm clear. Nick Barris, Bullhorn Betty. I know you know who I am because I won't talk to you. Out of the plethora of times you've tried to get me to talk to you, right? You know why it's the #1 case? Because of us. Definitely not because of you. You're welcome, by the way. Dog us some more. And when we do, guess what? Bullhorn Betty may make an example out of you, right? I may turn my focus on the bonehead that keeps repeating every single news article being the same. At least we come up with creative ways to talk about the case instead of blowing garbage out to the public. Like, people get bored hearing the same exact thing. You guys don't believe me? This was dropped 14 hours ago. Tell me how different this is from the last one that he just dropped.
Sebastian Rogers, a now 16-year-old with autism, vanished from his Hendersonville home in Sumner County sometime overnight on February 26th earlier this year. It was reported he left the house barefoot and with a flashlight. There was a massive search effort from ground and air in the first 8 days after the teen disappeared.
This is the system that we use to track all of our searchers.
Sumner County EMA Director Ken Widener.
I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that this Yahoo has not gotten one scintilla of new information or even new content. This is all old content from literally the days that Sebastian disappeared, right? This is like between February 26th to March 7th, right? And he's still recirculating the same bullcrap that he was circulating 8 months ago. Same footage, nothing's changed, same commentary. Boring.
Spearheaded the search using crews on foot and drones. Divers searched ponds. Spelunkers were called in to check sinkholes.
The white dots are caved and they've all been searched.
Bloodhounds and cadaver dogs were used, but contrary to some reports,
none of them, my understanding, were actually on a trail that was following Sebastian.
None of those scents were of Sebastian. I think that even though I don't like this, we've known this for a while, but might as well stop at that clip, because at the end of the day, law enforcement, it sounds like, believes that this child came home. Maybe they're running an alternate theory that this child never made it home. But if this child did make it home, and that is the belief of law enforcement, there's no possibility for Sebastian to have left the home. There's no evidence that this child ever left the home. No scent, no video, no eyewitnesses. None. It's like this child. Hold on. Let me do it this way. I'm going to show you what I think happened. We've got aliens, okay? We've got aliens abducting people in Sumner County, because that's what we have to believe if we believe the mom and stepfather story. We have to believe that this child levitated to the mothership, okay? Which we don't believe. So let's get back to the coverage. Nothing proves that this child ever walked out or even left the home. No scent whatsoever.
search efforts then continued for months. There was simply no trace of the teen found, no scent trail, no security video, nothing. It was as though Sebastian simply vanished.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know, that's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, or somebody's going to call 911.
Seth Rogers shares custody of his son Sebastian, who was staying with his mother and stepfather the night he disappeared. His mother was the only one home when Sebastian went missing. Authorities say all three parents have fully cooperated.
Are you sure that's what they're saying?
Evidence of foul play. We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
Now, again, this was months ago. If you guys remember, I believe this was, I don't know, April? Wasn't it April that had the last? Good morning, guys, for all that are coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button as you guys are coming in. If you want to do a replay crew, we went over new cases at the beginning of this show. Now we're in the meat and potatoes of this show, talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. One thing I am really upset about is that this is same recirculation of information. Out of all the information that has came out in this case, we're still on the same regurgitation, recirculation, no new content. He can't even get new content. Like, he's got nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. We only have 423 people, or 23 likes. We got 1,200 people in chat. It's very easy. If you're on your computer, just scroll down and hit the like button. If you are on your cell phone, please just hit the chat, exit out. It'll put you back on the main screen. Hit the like button and then get back into chat. There's also 3 dots I hear at the bottom of your phone or at the top of your phone. And you can hit those and hit the like button that way from what I hear as well. So please don't forget to hit the like button, get us in the algorithm. It's great to see everybody in here. And we're going to finish up this clip, and then we're going to get over to the new information and updates from At Night Media, or At Night Intelligence Agency, which is under the umbrella of One World.
Did ask Sheriff Eric Craddock about exclusive home security video we obtained from the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. You can see 2 suspicious light sources circled here in an area behind the teen's home. No evidentiary value?
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No,
Why?
because the investigation remains ongoing.
But there's no evidentiary value. No evidentiary value. Interesting, but can't say what they are. All right, guys, sorry about that. My computer did, and I don't think the chart, I got a lot of stuff connected to this. So just give me a second while I get my computer back up and running. But I noticed that the battery doesn't appear like it's charging like it should be. And so now I'm sitting in a dark room because even my lights are ran through my computer, which I'm probably going to have to undo the lights. So I hope everybody's doing great. Just give me a few moments to get my computer back up and running. If it will get back up and running. I don't know why it's not. But I checked all of the stuff. But anyways, we're going to get on with this and continue to talk while this computer is doing what it's doing. Hold on a second. Let me go check all the connections. This sucks. It's either one of 2 things. That my battery is going bad in the computer and not keeping a charge. Or I should have power. I don't understand why I don't have power. I do have power. Okay, well, at least I have power. I got my lights back. My lights just went off again. So my computer is literally not. All right, we'll go get another computer. Hi, guys. For those that are with me, don't leave. We're going to have to do some things. I had some technical issues this morning, so give me just a moment. Let me get everything set back up. We'll get it done. We'll get it done, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. You just have to stay with me just a few moments. Unless it wants to turn back on. Again, I don't know what's going on with my battery. I've noticed that it's dropped off several times since I have been on here. It's still not turning on. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It's like literally not turning on and not charging. The good news is I got another battery here that I can install in this computer. I ordered it a couple years ago. But the computer is not keeping a charge. What the flip? It's not even turning on. So I'll leave that where it's at. We'll figure that out here in just a minute. Let me get you guys hooked back up. probably gonna have to change my camera. I like my new camera, so I'm probably gonna have to change this over to this. And you guys are gonna have to wait for me to get caught back up to get all the stuff pulled back up. So we'll just have, I might just open the phones up now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I have this technical difficulty here. Okay, there. All right, let me get off here. All right, guys, I'm back. Just give me a second while I drop this other person down. Remove. I don't know why it's not coming off, but it's not. Yeah, let me get all this stuff hooked back up to this other computer. I hope everybody's having a great day. We've been having some technical issues with my MacBook Pro. It's not staying charged. I'm not quite sure why it's not staying charged, but it's not. So let me get my cameras all up, and we'll get this kind of back to where it needs to be. Get my virtual background on. Which one do I want? There we go. There we go. We're back up, y'all. We're coming back up, y'all. Thank you for being here. So we've been talking about the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case, and we've been talking related to the newest update of Nick Barris. And Nick Barris is a local reporter out there in the Hendersonville, Tennessee area, Nashville area. I'm not sure where she works for News Channel 5. And his reporting, quite frankly, has been, is this the one? This is definitely not the one I need to give me a second. Trying to find my tabs. Usually I can find my tabs. Let me go to history. We'll add this one and continue our, God blessed. Okay. So what we're going to go over right now is we've got the idea of what Nick Barris had. His whole entire commentary really sucked. It's just a repeat of the same exact stuff that he has been saying for quite some time, including the stabs yet again to social media. Social media has made this case the #1 case in their area. Trust me, it's not because of his reporting on it, because his reporting on it actually sucks. It's the same kind of reporting each and every time. There's nothing new to see over here. He's obviously not speaking to law enforcement because, from my understanding, it was told, and I have to think it came from law enforcement to be confirmed by Dog the Bounty Hunter, that the mob has been instructed not to partake in any type of commentary online, media, social media, nothing, which is, how is this breaking? First of all, don't ever talk to me like that. Goodbye. We don't take trolls in here. It is a privilege to be in this chat. I'm not one of these people that monkey F around with the audience. I don't do it. You're either here to learn something or you're not. If you're here to cause problems, then leave. You're not welcome. Okay? That is coming from me, Corn Betty. If you want to learn new information, you want to be part of the conversation, by all means, be part of that conversation. There is a whole network of haters of what we discuss on the other side of the street and other side of the railroad tracks. That is where you go. If you do not like the commentary on this show, there are thousands of other channels you can be at. Okay? But what you're not going to be here is be on this channel disrupting the audience here. So if you don't think it's breaking news, it's definitely breaking news to 1,251 people. Okay? All right, Cupcake? But please go to your other channels. I'm sure felons and criminal activity is more up your alley than legitimately trying to find a 15-year-old child. So what have we learned over the last few days? We've learned a lot. We've learned on Justin for All or Clutch the Pearls that there was a neighbor that came into the chat that let people know that she was being harassed. Now we're learning a little more information related to the harassers. Again, i.e. breaking news, dum-dum. This was just released by At Night Intelligence Agency. And also the breaking news is that Nick Barris is a complete utter buffoon and idiot. If you don't like that, please let my offensiveness remove you from my chat. Just saying. We offend people. If you can't handle offensive, then please move on. Okay, I don't coddle people's feelings or emotions on this channel too much because we have a victim that's been missing for 10 months. Your feelings don't matter to me. Let me be honest. I love my people of my chat. They love me. But when it comes to a missing child and your feelings, I don't give rat's ass about your feelings. Let me be honest with everybody here. If that offends you, I apologize. It is what it is, okay? So let's get to At Night Intelligence Agency for our update on the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. Public update on the search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, December 30th, 2024. At-Night Private Intelligence has uncovered disturbing reports from residents in the neighborhood where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers purportedly disappeared between February 25th and the 26th, 2024. These reports highlight a troubling escalation of pressure tactics and fear targeting families in the area. Reports from the neighborhood. Family relocation due to fear. Let me put this up on the little bit bigger so everybody can read from afar if you're on your phone. There it is. One household in the Stafford Court area has vacated their home, opting to stay in a nearby hotel after experiencing intense fear and intimidation. I want to remind law enforcement in this area that I was arrested for driving on a street and taking footage. Never once interfering with anybody's day, never once knocking on a door, never once threatening or intimidating a damn person. As a matter of fact, I was stopped by these people myself with footage and evidence of that. I went to jail and they have their private investigator out there running people from their fucking homes. Sumner County Sheriff, get off your ass and go arrest the yahoo that is causing this intimidation, because I didn't violate a law and I spent 19 fucking hours in your jail. And you got this yahoo going around here and intimidating people in that community when I didn't talk to a freaking person. Never mind, this man keeps tagging me and he works directly with a person that said they're fearful of me, yet he keeps contacting me on the daily through Twitter, which is a violation of indirect contact from his clients. Why don't you go arrest them? Just saying. Get a little hot under the collar. Running somebody out of their freaking home to a nearby hotel. I digress. Sorry for the F-bombs, but you guys have paid enough this morning. You guys gave me a liberty to cuss. Just saying. That's to a second family. Another family remains in their home, but has expressed significant fear of opening their door due to the intimidation by an investigator and his unlicensed associates. The investigator reportedly threatened a neighbor, stating he would watch her every move, creating an environment of fear and distrust. Now, we go back to what they can and cannot do, private investigator. They can and cannot do. Let's go ahead and pull those back up because We need to learn a little more about this. And I'm pretty sure they said that they cannot harass. Didn't they say they cannot harass or intimidate people? So we yet have another violation of this Yahoo's license. My suggestion to these families is immediately file a complaint. Immediately file a complaint with the Department of Consumer Protection in Tennessee. My sound is muffled. Hold on. Speakers, why is it not giving me? So it's muffled because it's coming through my camera. Where is my? Not giving me an opportunity. Can you guys hear me better now on this one? Yes, it is. It does. A bit echoey. How about now? Okay, yes, muffled, bad, better. I don't know what that means. Is it better than it was before or no? No, it's not better. I think it's my cameras. Let me see if I can turn this off. Let me take this plastic piece. Hold on a second. Maybe the microphone on the camera is muffled. Worse, better. People are saying better. People are saying worse. This should be coming through my speakers. Right there is good. Your sound is muffled really bad. Right there is good. Okay, it sounds like I'm good now. Hopefully I'm good. Okay. All right, so we took the little plastic piece that might have been covering up the microphone. It's a new camera. But we got family two that has opted to stay in their house, but they are worried. Both families have reportedly contacted law enforcement and filed formal complaints regarding these incidences. It's not just about filing those complaints. You need to do something more because this obstructionist, this con of a PI, this unscrupulous PI has got this right here is not allowed, folks. This is a violation of this man's license. And he continues to do it. And if people just keep filing reports in law enforcement, it ain't doing nothing about this Yahoo's bogus license. So, guys, if you're watching and you are residents of this county and this man has put you in fear, you reach out to the department that has his license and file a complaint against his license and take those police reports and attach it as evidence. Because this is a violation of his license, folks. File the complaint. If you know these people and know these neighbors, if they don't want to file these complaints, sounds like you're far away. Gotta keep talking. Keep talking. What the fuck is going on here? It's bad again. When you got close to the mic, it was better. I'm not. It shouldn't be like this. Hold on a second. Let me refresh. I'll be right back. Am I better now? Can you hear me now, folks? Can you hear me now? I don't know. I don't know what to do. So we're just going to have to roll through it. Yes. We're just going to have to roll through it, folks. I'm sorry I've been having some technical issues this morning. My technical issues are related to my computer dying. Not better at all. Okay. Looks like the only option we have is the web camera. So if it's not going to work, I'm going to get through this. I've got it up on the channel. You guys can read it for yourself. I'm going to read it. If it's bad, there's nothing I can do about it. I've tried to refresh. My laptop died on me. I don't know what's wrong with the battery. So we're on a secondary computer, and I'm running through the, you're okay? Now it's good? Okay, there we go. All right, guys, sorry for the technical issues this morning. I don't know what's going on, but I'll make sure that they won't happen tomorrow. At night, strongly urges anyone in the Stafford Court or Enoch Way areas who witness suspicious activities to call 911 immediately, to report the individuals involved. If the individuals have returned multiple times, consider pursuing trespassing charges to ensure your safety and protect your property. We also recommend documenting any incident with photos, videos, or written records to support any formal complaints filed with law enforcement. Commitment to safety and accountability. At Night remains dedicated to supporting all individuals impacted by these tactics and ensure their voices are heard. Intimidation and harassment have no place in any investigation, and we are actively monitoring the situation. So if you have any information, please supply that to Sebastian@manhunts.one. Also know that they are providing up to $4,500 for any information leading to the people responsible for calling in and brigading the PA parole board, as well as a business for that Tony Mathis works at. If you guys have any information, please send that over to them. They are rewarding people that have information that will lead directly to the successful prosecution of those that are responsible. So please reach out to, I think it was litigation@manhunts.one, litigation@manhunts.one, or it might be, litigation at night.agency as well. So I'm unsure about that, but I'm glad you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on with the stuff. I had to get the Windows program, computer out, and this stuff, when it works with Apple, it typically doesn't work with Windows. So we're very blessed that we have them. We're going to take a few moments and thank all of the channel sponsors today. I believe we've made our goal. I can't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines for an hour anyways. We're going to take just a brief break and use the restroom. We've already been on here for an hour and a half. But want to thank Renee, 6-month member, United We Are. Sebastian Strong, absolutely. Renee, I pray all missing children found and brought home to their loved ones in the new year. Thank you, Betty, for your amazing work and dedication. Happy New Year's Eve. Back at you, babe. Back at you. We've got Melanie. Happy New Year's, everyone. Betty, you are amazing. Thank you for that. Wheezy girl, thank you for your super sticker. God bless you. Holly is a member for 5 months, says we love BHB and chat. Holly gave a super sticker. Thank you for that. Our star child says Happy New Year's, BHB and crew. May we all be blessed with sound mind and strength to do what needs to be done. Amen to that. Our beautiful Michelle says Happy New Year's, everyone. YouTubers, super chat to open up the phone lines. Yes, we're opening them up. Thank you all who participated. Feisty Mama, let's pray the new year. Sebastian will be found and brought home to Seth safe and healthy. Thank you, Betty. Absolutely. Mags 50 super sticker. Thank you for that. Cali girl super sticker. Renee, thank you for the super sticker. Patty, the super sticker. Thank you so much. We have Carla. Thank you with the super sticker. Patty with another. You guys are rocking it out this morning. Thank you all for your love and support of this channel. Betty in chat, you are all awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Aurora. Lisa B. always says cuss jar, white. I love it. Sebastian has a lot of mama bears. We will find you, Sebastian. Absolutely. Thank you, Feisty Mama. Star Child, thank you for the super sticker. Rachel, thank you. Simply, Betty, thank you. And for being genuine friend to Seth, you and his friends will be saving grace for Seth. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Brown Eyed Girl, Love you, your hair. Happy New Year's. Thank you for all you do and research. Thank you. Aw, Patty, thank you so much. Veronica, Be True Crime, thank you so much for your super sticker. Mary Ann says, thank you for keeping Sebastian's name out there. Canadian Cookie says, Happy New Year's, Betty. We've got Patty says, love this channel. And Patty, thank you again for being such a great supporter of this channel this morning. And you guys are the reasons why we're going to be opening up the phone lines, which reminds me, I got to open up the phone lines. Now, give me a second, guys, because we're on a different computer. It's going to take me just a moment to get all signed in and stuff and get this set up. And not only that, but allow the microphone to work, because not everything, site settings, camera, allow, microphone, allow. Refresh. Hopefully this is where we need it to be. We'll find out, guys. Whoever calls in first on the phone lines, give me a moment to make sure and confirm that people can hear you before you start talking. Share this tab. Okay. All right, guys, we are ready for the call-in aspect of the show. Again, I'm sorry, we had a lot to go over today and didn't quite get it because my MacBook Pro kind of went down. It's not keeping a charge for some reason. So I want to get the phones up and active. If you guys have any questions about this, I also wanted to let you know that the unscrupulous PI, is this the one that has it? Trying to find the one that says you can't harass or intimidate people with your license. Either way, I still think that people need to be more active with their commentary with law enforcement when it comes to these animals. Are people calling? Because I can't tell. My phones are not ringing, and I can't tell if they're active or not. I have it open. If somebody wants to try giving a call, I don't know if people are trying to call. Oh, well, it's nice to see you, my love. We were having some crazy technical issues this morning. Thank you, Eeyore. It's nice to see you because it's past the point now. Searching randomly, something happens and shows and someone knows what happened. I agree with that. And you know what the problem is that what was that? I don't know what that was. Something sounds like something was just, I don't know. Guys, we worked this hard to get the phones open. Are the phones open? Are they not working? Phone was ringing. You guys can hear the phone ringing? Why can't I hear the phone ringing? Why can't I hear the phone ringing? Give me a second. Thank you. I can't hear anything. Speakers. I don't hear any ringing going on. I can see the phones coming up, but I can't hear them. Why am I not hearing them? Microphone. It's not coming through my freaking phone. Let's try it now. Is my volume down? Guys, I can't hear anything. Speakers. Okay, hold on. Let me change the speakers. Fuck's sake. Guys, my speakers are not working. Hold on a second. Guys, just hold off with the calls for a second while I try to figure out what the heck is going on here. I hear nothing is playing for me. Literally nothing. You know what? Let me do this. Let me remove it and then I'll put it back up. Don't call, guys, until I get this figured out. Jeez Louise. What a day. What a frickin' day. Even content creators have awful, awful days, guys. I just want to bring that to your I just want to let you guys know, you know, we also have pretty rotten days ourselves. This is kind of one of them. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing up and running. Good gracious. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't hear the phones ringing, guys. Yeah, I got it's ringing. I can't hear them on my end. You guys might be able to hear it on your end, but I can't have a conversation with people that I can't hear. Microphone's on, yes. All the permissions are on. I don't understand why I can't hear. All right, I'm going through all of these. Okay. I guess. All right, guys, it doesn't look like our phones are going to work. I'm going to try this one last time. If I can't get the Sons of Gun to work, then I don't know what else to do, you know. I'm trying here. The phone's ringing. All right, guys, I don't know what to tell you. We can't get the phones open, so we're going to have to wait until later this afternoon, and then I'll get the phones open. I'm having major technical difficulties, so we'll come back. Give me, what time is it now? It's 11:30. Give me until, I appreciate everybody. We won't do any more collection to turn the phone on. Give me about an hour or something. Well, you know what? Golly. I'm getting so fucking irritated with all these damn problems I'm having. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can keep these on and turn this off so I can keep my... There's going to be a way for us to do this. Give me just a second. All right, guys, I can't really do nothing at this point. I'm going to end this live. We'll be back later this afternoon. Now hold on. Give me just a second. Coming back up. All right, guys. Let me turn that off. All right, and the camera I can't get on, so we're back to hazy. But the good news is I do believe that we will at least be able to run our Gmail now, our Google. I don't know if this is going to work or just don't, but we can definitely try to get it to work long enough for us to get through the call session, so we'll have the calling. So I'm putting it up now. Holy smokes, all this crap that we've been doing. And why won't it take that off? I hate this camera on this MacBook Pro. I mean, I hate it. I do not like the camera on the MacBook Pro whatsoever. All right, guys, we're officially open for business. Good gracious. Good gracious. If you guys would like to call in, please consider calling in. Sorry, the camera quality just went down to freaking awful, but that's not my fault. It's because MacBook Pros, they like you to pay $2,500 for their computer so they can give you a 720p camera on it. What a waste of money. All right, guys, we're back. Can you guys hear me? Am I there? Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you guys can hear me. We don't see you. What do you mean you don't see me? Well, you guys can hear. Okay. Finally! This is Betty. Who is this and where are you calling from?
This is Lisa B. Always calling from Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, Lisa B. It's nice to see you. I don't think I've ever had this many problems in one show in literally 3.5 years.
It's the aliens.
It must be. So what do you think about everything from Nick Barris to the unscrupulous PI to the intimidation and everything of the neighbors? What do you think's going on?
I think if Nick Barris was really doing his job, he would be investigating the unscrupulous PI's work right now.
Good luck on
that. He is doing, like the threats to the people in the neighborhood. I think Nick Barris is more concerned about his paycheck than getting the news out to people.
I agree. Big difference between mainstream media and social media, huh?
Absolutely. And if it weren't for you, Betty, I don't believe this case would be as big as it is. Your arrest really put it on the map.
Yeah.
And if the biological mother and stepfather wanted this to go away, that was the very worst thing they could have done to you.
Right. And it brought other people into it too. I mean, if you guys remember, shortly after my arrest, it kind of put the FBI to release the $50,000 reward. Shortly after that, Nick and Dog came into the mix. They reached out to me. They, couldn't believe everything I was going through. And it is what it is. But we've done a lot. And it's not just me, it's other, it was just me for a while because everybody was attacking Seth. But the more that we kept on it, the more people started realizing they were wrong and started, coming over to this side to try to help. That was, I'm so appreciative of the content creators that chose to move back where they needed to be,
Absolutely. And I was in total panic that day that they were arresting you. I was like doing everything I could to try and get some news on it. What do we do? I messaged Sonia. I was like, what do we do? What can we do?
Yeah.
Because I was scared for you. I was so scared for you. And I can only imagine how Seth and Tony were feeling just completely helpless at that point also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just more of the same, like you said, when the gets deep, put on boots, and it is really piled up deep now.
Yeah, and not only that, but look at all the harassment that came before me. People were screaming from the rooftops. Then me, I got arrested after being harassed and stalked by these people. And because they feel like they have control of their county, which, in all sense, it has that appearance of impropriety when it comes to law enforcement. But I don't want to detract from the fact that, as tough as this is, and as the walk that we got to go down, if it helped facilitate any type of conversation between law enforcement and Seth, it was worth every bit of it.
Well, you are certainly gracious to put yourself on the line like that. And we all love you. We love what you're doing. And we support you, Betty. We support the green team, and the mean team can hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, amen. Thank you, Lisa B. Always. Has your opinion changed at all about the Sebastian case from where you were at the beginning, or is it just more solidified of your feelings?
It's evolving like everybody else's. And I think that we would be arrogant not to take into account what At Night has done for their investigating.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to take a step back and really give them a lot of credit for that. That's just my opinion at this point.
Yeah.
Because they're not just throwing that stuff out there willy-nilly. And, one thing that got me to thinking about if it's labor trafficking,
mm-hmm.
maybe like the traveling food trucks,
Interesting. Yeah.
Because they go from state to state around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, and that would be one thing if you weren't aware of somebody seen working in a food truck, if you weren't aware of them being a missing person, that would be a very easy way to hide somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I still am curious of what made them lean that way. I know what I like about At Night and Dog is that they're making sure that they go through every theory out there and work those theories to the end to see if they hold water or not. And once they realize they don't hold water, they move over to the next theory and start running that theory. And I really do like it because I think it shows the public that they're going through this case with a fine-tooth comb.
And, God bless At Night and Dog the Bounty Hunter and Nick for all the awareness they have brought also to this case. I wish I could do something from where I am at, and I bless the chat. I bless the people putting flyers out. I mean, let's talk about rest stops, people. Let's talk about truck stops. Mm-hmm. Those are places that people are seeing that are trafficked.
Yep.
Even inside on the back of the restroom door.
Yeah.
Let's put those signs there, those flyers.
And the good news is, I remember UPS started passing out flyers themselves, or posting flyers, or bringing awareness to this case. I think it was either UPS or FedEx. It was one of the two. I remember early on in the case.
I didn't know that. That's terrific.
Yeah.
That is absolutely terrific. And I just think we all can do our small gift
mm-hmm.
for Seth and Sebastian by putting out those 10 flyers. It's so important to get that awareness out there, get his face out there.
Yeah.
You go on a little road trip for the holidays. Let's just, put it on the back of the bathroom stall at that truck stop, you know?
There's a lot we can do as a community. There's a lot that we can do. But my problem is when you go into Hendersonville and post a sign for this boy anywhere, if it's not at a business, they get ripped down. And I want to know who's ripping them all down. Is it law enforcement, or is it these felon people that support these families, or is it the family? They keep getting removed.
I would love to be able to post one and just sit and watch it.
Oh, I'm sure there will be a day coming.
Yeah, I would love to get that on camera, in just my personal opinion.
Yep.
And let that be a warning to Team Mean. We're watching you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree.
So,
well, Lisa B., thanks so much for staying and hanging out with me today with all my craziness with these computers. I'm praying to God that this computer stays up long enough. I may have to just let this get a full charge and then come back later to continue this, because I don't know. I can't get one computer to pick up Google Voice, and the other one that is like literally it's not charging. It's not keeping a charge at all. So I'm probably going to have to reset this computer or something.
Thank you, Betty, and thank you everybody who contributed to the goal today. So the phone lines.
And we're going to keep them open for an hour. We're going to keep them open as long as this computer will stay up and running. But for right now, we're going to take a little break so everybody can use the restroom, because I need to use the restroom, and then we'll be back to finish up these calls. I'm just going to put
refill your coffee, people.
I'm done with the coffee. I'm going to soda and water right now. I'm done with the coffee. Well, whatever's left in my coffee cup anyways. Oh, it's still a full cup. But I gotta use the restroom.
God bless you.
All right, thank you. God bless you too, Lisa B. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. She's awesome. All right, guys, I'm just going to take everything is going to go off this computer for right now. Everybody just take a 2 or 3 minute break. I'm going to play some music. And hopefully when we get done with the music, we can be back here and everything will be okay. Okay. So we're going to play some music, go to the restroom. We'll be right back here. 2-3 minutes. This is just our intermittent relief break.
Never slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
All right. We are back. We are back and badder than ever, and our calls are coming back in. This is Betty. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning. This is Lisa Kay.
Hey, Lisa.
I'm from Northeast Florida.
Nice to see you, Northeast. So you're on the East Coast. So you're up. Where are you, Melbourne, or further up than that?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh, you're way up there.
Yeah, I'm in one of the major intersections of trafficking.
Oh, oh, wow. Gotcha.
Yeah. I wanted to call and talk to you and see if you could get any input from your panel. I'm a long timer of these sort of events happening, and you'll hear my throat's tense right now. I'm having trouble getting the words out. I'm pretty upset. I mean, duh, we're all pretty upset, huh? Damn it. What is happening to this kid? It's killing me. It's breaking my heart. I was born and raised into this, and my parents are from the Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia line, one on each side. And my mother pretty much had to sell herself to take care of herself. Her mother passed when she was a few weeks old, and then her father became a drunk, and she had to sell herself to take care of herself. I'm sorry, I'm so upset. Kids go through hell, and then we get to die.
Yeah.
But one thing that I have noticed is that I don't know what to call it other than traffic as well. and trafficking, like the movie, I can't think of the name of it. That is such crap. For it is a thing, and it's a big thing. But trafficking happens right in the home, you know, and people don't give that enough thought. When I mentioned my parents, because my dad wanted to save my mother, basically from having to take care of herself so young. She had her first baby. She was 12.
Oh, wow. Was there
And
SA in her home?
That I know of, no. But I mean, I don't think she would even be aware of what it was because she was so terribly abused. I don't think she would have even recognized it.
Gotcha.
But I mean, terrible abuse. My grandfather made her a swing, and there was a nail sticking out of it. She doesn't know whether he was too drunk to know there was a nail in it, but it was one of those 10-penny nails, so long that when it went through the board, it was still so long. When she jumped up on that swing, she didn't see it. It went straight through her leg.
Oof.
Not that she was, any more than skin and bones, but kids are just that's what they live in. Just all, and it makes me think of Summer Wells, and I try to forgive my mother for a lot of stuff, and I'm at a neutral point now. I don't hate her anymore for the stuff that she allowed and put her kids through. But I'm trying to find forgiveness for Katie because, excuse my language, for KK.
Oh, they're part of a national, a worldwide case. If you want to use their name, you're more than welcome to use their name on this show. We're not going to censor anything. We're not required to by law. They deserve to have their day on these platforms, just like every other parent of a missing child.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If you don't have enough common sense of your own free will to know to take care of a child, then you don't deserve them, really.
Yeah.
But my big thing is, this is not my big thing. It's one thing that I wanted you to ask your panel about. I noticed when things would be on a huge increase, but I was kept in my family, unfortunately, and fortunately. There's a mixed bag there. But I was kept in the family. But a lot of these kids that I would be around on these big events such as like football games, Super Bowls, every freaking holiday, including my own birthday. That's why I absolutely loathe holidays. I can't stand them. But every super big event, they want to bring in these kids. I just want to know everybody else's point of view on it. Has anyone else seen? Have any of you noticed that holidays are such a terror for children? And they truly are. My parents, when they got here to Jacksonville, they were very young. And I believe my dad was recruited because they were arrested on the first day they were here. They slept on the beach and were arrested for sleeping on the beach. And I believe my dad was recruited, which I think recruiting still goes on to this day. I won't say who, but a member of my family, very close to me, was assaulted earlier this year. And the man was not arrested. There was video footage from the neighbor's yard. And they said it was her word against his. Well, a full rape and brutalized her.
Yeah.
But she believes he was kind to her because he let her live.
Wow.
Well, that young man had just been released from jail and forced to go to an AA meeting. Well, it is of my perception that Jacksonville is so corrupt, and God forgive me for saying, I feel like I'll be a target, but I don't care at this point. But I mean, so many people are. If you live in a town where there's trafficking, you just, you're pretty much screwed already. But not that anywhere else is good. But this young man, I believe, was also targeted. You're either like super strong or you're weak, one or the other. You're either super strong against these forces that are coming at you through the waterworks, literally. Anyway, I just can't stand the idea of what that kid has been through. I'm praying, and I've been labeled grandiose and stuff like that by psychologists and stuff like that. But I couldn't give a shit less what people say about me. I know what kids go through, and I know how confusing and tortured the mind can be. And Katie, if you hear this at any point in time, if your child is out there and you don't know how to make the situation better, I know that you've been through hell and back yourself. If you can't make it better yourself, then for the love of God, put it in someone else's hands who can. Tell someone where he is. If you don't think that he is tortured to be out there on his own, maybe at some point in time you will have supervised visitation with him for his sake, not for your own, because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Not in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. That kid lived in hell. What we already know, he lived in hell pretty much his whole life long. At your hands. Fix that.
Yeah.
If there's any way that you can give him a few minutes of peace and joy on this planet, make that happen. Don't be so selfish. Do something for that child for once. And I know that you're trying to make up for lost time and all the stuff that you didn't have and all of this stuff. You don't matter. You gave up your right to your child. You gave your child away. Where is he at? You might not care and you might not have feelings, and I can understand. I can wrap my head around not having any feelings. I can, because maybe that's just easier. But he does have feelings. It's clear. It's absolutely perfectly clear. When you can see that child on video, the little bit that I've seen of your baby, when he looks at you and he is so damaged by the fact that you cannot give him the time of day. Fix it now. If he is still alive, God, please let him still be alive so that he's got a chance to experience some joy. Then give him that right back. It's his God-given right. Give him a minute of your time right now and let somebody know where he is, that he's all right, and go let them pick him up and bring him to safety. Do the right thing. That's not hard. It might seem like it, but honey, it is over. For you, it's already over, but it's not for him. You can do the right thing now.
Makes you wonder why they're not, Makes you wonder why they're not. Is this so far, has it gone so far that that's not an option? That's kind of where I'm at this point, because I would think after 10 months of this intense investigation, the intense public scrutiny, could they keep it quiet this long? Could they, is the damage done at this point? Why is he still missing? It's this pit in the bottom of my stomach that just makes me wonder, is that the reason why?
I can only imagine that they've gotten in over their heads with, if they sold him or traded him, I was bartered. And you wouldn't believe the type of people involved. I mean, they're your next door neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
They're your doctor that you go to every time you need a visit. Your firemen, your EMS,
your social workers. We have had multiple.
Oh yes.
I mean,
that's something else I need to tell you is, I have a relative, I'll say, who best friends with a social worker who owns strip clubs. Well, where do you think he gets those girls from?
It angers me.
That's my question.
It angers me.
Yeah, and it's real. It's so real life, and people just really they are so clueless. They really just don't know. I mean, it's cool to live clueless. It is, but if you're already on the borderline, you're never going to be able to look back and just be clueless. That might be nice for some people, but if you're just not,
Yeah.
then you might as well just dive on in there and try to help figure out, because if we don't shine a spotlight on it, then who's holding that baggage? It's just kids.
Yeah.
Only the kids are carrying that burden, and it should just never have been, never ever. And I don't know how the hell it got to this place.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm bananas, and I know that I know you are too, and I don't know how in the hell you hold it together like you do. I really don't.
To be honest with you, it's because I want the ending result. The only thing that keeps me put together, just like Sebastian's father, is the idea of him coming home and the idea of the people that are responsible being held accountable. That's the only thing that keeps me going. I have a time to fall apart once we get the job done. You know,
well, I'm not able to support you financially, but
this is supporting me. This is calling in, showing your love, advocating for Sebastian. That's what this is all about. This is support. Don't sell yourself short.
God bless your heart. I along with your previous caller, I know too that had you not had to go to jail or been a willing participant, this case would not have gotten the coverage that it needs. And all of these kids being talked about that are just out there, people think they're, tra-la-la, no big deal. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Children are living. That is their entire, just consider that's 100% of their time.
Mm-hmm.
And that relative of mine suffered through one assault, and it will ruin her life forever. It will ruin her security
mm-hmm.
as long as she lives. And that's one time as an adult. People just really don't understand how severe it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the comfort of their own bed. They don't have the comfort of their belongings. None of that.
It's gone.
And you can consider what like arranged marriage is like. For some children, it is, arranged from the time they're very young. Well, I have seen, and people don't want to believe this, even my own family don't want to believe this, but it is true. You will have people all throughout your life that say, oh, that's that kid. And then they will intervene, whatever you call that, into your life, interject themselves into your life. And it just comes out, it's like a cockroach coming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just never safe. You're just absolutely never safe.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for calling in. We do appreciate your story. Thank you for letting us in a little bit. God bless you and your family.
God bless you too. God bless Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers. Lord have mercy.
Yep, I agree. All right. Well, we'll chat to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll chat with you later. And don't forget to call us back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, there's a lot of pain that goes on, a lot of reasons why this case resonates, folks, This is Betty. Where are you calling from?
Hey, Betty.
Hey.
This is.
You're gonna have to turn me down in the background. I can hear you. I can hear me.
Okay, hang on one second. This is Piper calling from Tennessee.
Oh, hi, Piper. How are you doing, my love?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so happy I got through to you. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen this morning on Twitter that SF is offering a $25,000 charity payment by you just simply showing your receipt where he didn't provide where the body was for the $2,000 payment. Betty, if you could do that, could he donate it to Seth?
Yeah, he can donate it, and it wasn't a body; it was a person. Apparently, she was alive, and yes,
Oh, okay.
we do have it was actually a news article, and
Oh.
and this family said that this PI would not release this person. Well, when you go back, it was a case that SF was covering, and one of the people he said he found. So that's when I put two and two together and realized these people, the PI that they were talking about that was extorting them was SF. And they wouldn't mention it by name in the article, but if you go back and look at the name and look at who was covering it and look who claimed they found them, then you can put, this piece with this piece with this piece and realize they're talking about SF.
Wow. Well, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, and I will absolutely show receipts. I'll get those compiled together and show those, because it's a news article talking about this unscrupulous PI. And when you go over to his Twitter account, he's the one claiming to find this woman, and he extorted this family $2,000 before he released her location to them.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to be looking forward to those receipts, and maybe it'll help out.
And I want to make sure that SF is true, because that $25,000 better go over to Seth.
That's right. I agree with you totally, and I'm going to be watching.
All right, love. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep, that is exactly what happened. And he can lie about that all day long, but he's the one that was bragging about it. You got your bragging rights out of it, and then I got the article that proves something totally different, and that family never wants to see that PI again. Period. So somebody screen capture that for me, so when I pull out the records, we can hold his feet to the fire. And maybe force him. If he's put that on a public statement, then hey, I'm game for another lawsuit to pull $25,000 from that unscrupulous PI. Certainly am. As a matter of fact, I will reach out to the family and see if they'll be willing to come on my show. I don't know. He knows who they are. Don't be calling them and intimidating them, Steve. We know your record. We just saw your record out there in Stafford Court. We don't need people being harassed anymore by this unethical, unscrupulous, and downright dirty dog of a PI. There's no good publicity in doing the wrong thing. No good publicity in doing the wrong thing. Okay, so let me open the phone. Oh, the phone lines are back open. Yeah, he's shocking. And if you guys can, I want you guys to do your own research. As a matter of fact, I'd like everybody to do their own research. And the research that you guys need to do is SF. I mean, he found 14 or 15 people, according to him. I want you guys to go and do your due diligence and research his name in association with finding anyone. You will be shocked. And as a matter of fact, you might come across that article that I'm referring to where he extorted a family for $2,000. Might have been more than $2,000. Might have been $3,000. I don't remember, but I keep remembering $2,000. I think this one was a 2001, and it's one that happened several years ago. And I can't remember the lady's name, but we will get the lady's name. We will get all this stuff, but I absolutely 100% know that I'm accurate because I remember reading this when I was filing a complaint against his license in 2023. Don't forget, yes, I did file a complaint against his license. And that's why I'm behooving everybody else to file their complaint. If they, like these neighbors, if they file what they've known and put their receipts with that, in addition to mine just from a year ago, in addition to the other ones that are going to be coming in from other victims of his, I think that that'll be enough. That will be enough. So the neighbors, you guys need to go after his license. What he's doing is a violation of his license and his duties as a private investigator. He has no right to intimidate people. He has no right to tell them he's going to watch them. They have nothing to do with this case. Nothing. He has to have reason to search somebody out, not just because they're holding a critical piece of evidence in an ongoing and active investigation that has been turned over to law enforcement. They are not entitled to that. And he is not entitled to intimidate somebody into forcing them to hand it over. That is a violation of his flippin' license. This man is unscrupulous, he's unprofessional, he's unethical, and he's downright dangerous. He is downright dangerous. All right, guys. I've got the phone lines open. Oh, maybe it'd help if you guys had the number up on the screen. 724-252. We've got another 20 minutes for the phone lines to be open. And I might have even shorted that because I think it took about 10 minutes to get me back up online. This was an awful morning. Holy crap. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had the technical difficulties that I had today ever, and we've been on this platform for a really, really long time. So just a big shout out to my very loving and supporting family. Thank you for hanging out with me while I went through it. This is Betty. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Betty. This is Shirley H. out of Denver.
Oh, Shirley. How are you doing?
Oh, honey, I've been sick for the last couple of days, so I've been in bed.
Aww.
But I'm okay.
Take vitamin D. It's my cure-all. It is I swear by it. Vitamin D, vitamin D, vitamin D. Not vitamin C, vitamin D. I believe in it.
Betty, I am so disgusted with all these people. They need to leave me alone. Quit calling that doggone parole officer and Mr. Numbnuts and Dingledorf.
Every time I laugh, my dog tries to stick her tongue down my throat.
I see her looking all in your face. But it's at the point now where they've overstepped their boundaries and went into trying to get Nick locked up. Why? This man's out here trying to help define his job. He may not be in Tennessee, but he's doing the best he can do.
You know why?
What he can do.
Because he's bringing the truth, and that's what they're trying to prevent coming out there into the public, is the truth. He's really doing an investigative work on this case through his intelligence agency, and he's making headway in a very short amount of time. And anybody that's making headway in this case, they try to throw in jail. That's why.
And I've noticed that because it seems like every time somebody gets close, a circus starts.
Exactly.
It's like the whole. I don't want to cuss on your show.
Oh, you're more than welcome to cuss. I figured I'm turning my camera on because I figured everybody, Delilah wants to be a star today. She's right here and she can't seem to leave me alone. I think because I went over my time.
This case has turned into a shit show.
Yes, it has.
It's like, and it's bad. This is a young man. I have a son that's the same age as Sebastian. This is a young man that needs to be home, not in the numbnuts home with his. He needs to be with his father that truly loves him. To raise him into a young man where he's productive and not like Mr. Numbnuts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at you because Delilah's being extra active this.
Oh, that's why you're talking. My cousin was doing that too.
She's had her tongue in my ear, up my nose, and in my mouth. So I'm sorry if I haven't been paying attention.
Mama.
But as soon as you said numbnuts, I started laughing, and that set her off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to set her off. But yeah, it's like, it's got to stop. And it keeps telling me the more I hear, the more I listen, and the more I read, I do not think that child made it home. I think there was a meeting place when they left Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. We did a poll on it. I don't know if you were here yesterday when we did the poll, but the poll actually we have about 1/3 of our audience that believes he didn't make it home. So, we do have quite a bit of people that are still, and I don't know one way or another. I'm just going off of my assessment that he did make it home because of the shoes, the garbage can going out, and the the car in the middle of the night. You know, that's what's leading me to believe, but I don't know one way or another whether he truly made it home or not. I mean, at the end of the day, we're really taking the word of the mom that he made it home. We have not received any corroborating evidence that he ever did make it home, but there is timing, you know, from the time they left the roadhouse to the time they came home. It was only like 10 or something minutes, which is the exact timing it would have taken, or around the time it would have taken them to come straight home from the Texas roadhouse, which is another key factor for me. But, you know, we don't know. And so the 1/3 could actually, you know, you believing that he didn't make it home could actually be accurate because nobody saw him after Texas.
Right. And if you notice, I watched that video at Texas Roadhouse over and over and over again. Dingledorf and Sebastian are the same height. They had on the same exact shoes.
Yeah.
Who's to say them shoes were hers and not his?
Right. Yeah, they did have similar shoes on. They the only difference is he was in a short sleeve shirt and she was in a black hoodie, which is kind of ironic that at the beginning of this case, if you guys remember, they had his clothing wrong. They had him listed as having a black hoodie. And remember how the family was like frantic, like, well, we were trying to get it changed. We were trying to get it changed. And it's like, well, how did they pick up a black hoodie? And you know what? We never realized until the release of the Texas Roadhouse footage that Katie was in a black hoodie.
And they also said, even though the video was grainy, the person taking out the trash, they said they were in a hoodie.
See, that's a problem for me because we know darn good and well Sebastian was not in a hoodie and did not leave with any jacket of any sort on his person. So if he would have put a hoodie on to take the garbage out, don't you think he would have left in the hoodie that he used to take the garbage out?
Right. And I'm so confused about this date because in my belief, I believe the last known or the last seen known video of Sebastian was the 25th. And they're saying the 26th. They're all going by what Dingledorf is saying and not by proof.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean no disrespect to Numbnuts and Dingledorf, but enough is enough. I do remember at one time on a live, Numbnuts told Seth, if you want to find Sebastian, go to church.
Mm-hmm. Which to me, you know what? I think Chris has been trying to tell him that he's been deceased for a while because the church thing and now the spirit box, it just doesn't make me feel like Chris and Katie believe their son is alive by these behaviors, these very specific behaviors, the church comment, the Simeon comment, the now spirit box that we all observed in their latest search. And it's like, if they don't believe he's alive, why haven't they been out there searching for him long before this? And why aren't they searching in areas that he would have expired, like being hit by a car, which is something that they brought up, yet they're in the middle of the woods. You get hit by a car, you're not going to be slung 1,500 yards into the woods.
Right. And how would he have got hit by a car? There would have been some kind of evidence.
That's what we're all screaming, I believe.
So Mr. Numbnuts, he needs to be truthful. We all know that he had a 4-day weekend.
Well, we don't know that conclusively. You know, we
even admitted that he
had a 4-day
weekend. He kind of slipped. If you listen to that Live with Truth, he kind of slipped when they were talking about his truck, and he said, "My truck was not there until the 25th or 26th." He hurried up and changed it to the 26th. But he said the 25th at first.
Gotcha. And there was also another statement that Justin for All on Clutch the Pearls was going over, and it was the Duchess interview. And there was a comment in there, and I've got to find it, but it's where Katie referred to her son as the boy. And I about fell over. I never noticed that before. And it was just this clip that Justin had put up on his channel, and it said something. It was a part that they were saying, and I think they were talking, like she was supposed to be talking to him or something like that. And she referred to him as the boy, not her son, not Sebastian, but the boy. Now talk about distancing yourself.
Disrespectful. That is so disrespectful, Betty.
But I don't know how I don't hear these things. We listen to these interviews over and over and over again, and it's like every time somebody puts a clip of the same interview we've reviewed several times up, it's like every sinking time we get something more out of it.
I had a family member that I have biracial children, and I have a family member that's really, really prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
And I have boys. I have 3 of them.
Aww.
And she would never address my kids by their names. She would say, the boy, that boy, the boy, this boy, it. And I had to tell them, look, the children that you're calling the boy, this boy, that boy, has names, and it sure ain't the boy, that boy. Use the names.
Can you imagine, though, one of your children missing, and you refer to your missing child as the boy?
Oh, I would never do that.
I just, when we heard Chris referring to him as the boy several times in his commentary as well, it's unnerving for me, quite frankly.
Oh, see, if my child was missing, there is no way in God's green earth I'm going to be doing what Dingle Doors and Numbnuts is doing. I'm going to be out there. I am disabled. I will be out there with my walker, and I will be searching up and down these streets in Denver, Colorado. I will be calling every news station, every creator I can think of. I will be calling God, please come down here and help me find my child.
Yeah.
I need my child.
Not screaming behind a bedroom door in a basement and saying, oh, well, I am screaming from the rooftops. Where? Well, what we do behind closed doors and in a basement, surrounded by concrete is our own business.
I remember Numbnut saying, talking about how much concrete it takes to bury a person.
Yeah. That's going to keep coming up. It's going to, because he did make those comments and they were very uncomfortable for a lot of us.
For some reason, it seems like every time somebody gets close, it all turns into a circus. And I'm not taking neither side. Bless the step. He's doing everything he can possibly do. Get off that man's back. Let that man find his son, bring his child home to him.
Yes.
Quit accusing this man of doing these God-forsaken things.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure if that was your child and he was last seen with the other parent, you would not want this to be coming back on you. Oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. I don't care if Seth was in prison for 30 years. He is out there looking for his kid.
And he had nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter about his past. If we were to judge every parent that we cover's past, we wouldn't talk to any of these damn parents because every parent makes mistakes in raising children. And it's different when you make mistakes in raising children and are abusive in the direct result of why your child's missing. There's a lot of differences in dealing with this, but I know you understand that.
I do. And this is Numbnut mother, she needs to back the hell up. All that stuff she's posting on Facebook, and then you went to Alaska. trying to say it was for your husband's out there driving a tour bus. Not in Alaska, not in the middle of March, because that didn't start until the end of March.
Good point.
I used to live there, that's why I know.
And what is he? He drives buses?
He was doing some kind of tour out there in Juneau, Alaska. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the tourist season is not in March in Alaska.
Yeah,
You're not getting around anywhere.
I mean, if you want to go fishing, I mean, cold water fishing, that's really what's up and going on in March is,
right.
Lobsters or king crab, snow crab, all those Alaskan catches. That's really what you're going out there for. My dad went on Alaskan fishing trip, so I know what's good out in Alaska. I heard that the mosquitoes out in Alaska on the land are the size of freaking Delilah.
Huge. They're huge. And that's the only other thing that's opened up there in the wintertime in Alaska is the pipeline.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder. And we also heard that there was a family member allegedly. I didn't look into it, so I can't say it's fact or anything other than, or even fiction for that matter, because I didn't look into it. But I heard through the grapevine that there was a family member that does reside in Alaska that did recently quit their job after Sebastian went, disappeared. Now, I don't know if the lady is really related to these people or if it was just a coincidence, but we did hear that through the grapevine as well.
And Numbnuts needs to step back. He has no rights to Sebastian. Yes, he can attend doctors, he can attend school meetings, but he has no say on where Sebastian goes.
Well, apparently he does, because
the Dingledorf's job.
Yep, I agree. All right, Shirley. Well, I've been on the phone with you for 16 minutes. I got to let you go and let somebody else call in.
All right, you have a good day, Betty.
You too, Shirley. Take care. Feel better. All right, guys, we still have some time to call in. If you guys can keep your commentary around like 3, 5, 6 minutes, that would really help move things along. But I never want to interrupt you guys whenever you're talking about stuff, because this really is for you guys, not for me. And love hearing you guys call in. This is Betty. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hey, Betty, it's me.
It's me?
I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, well, it's nice. It's me.
No, it's me, Zach.
Okay. Well, it's nice to hear from you. So what kind of commentary do you have on this case?
But usually I'm not all for circumstantial evidence, but I think that with this case, I think there's just far too much that shows that the mom and stepdad know a lot more than what they're letting on to the public, or maybe even Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disturbing. Very disturbing to me.
This whole case is kind of disturbing. How do you feel with this renewed effort from the mom and stepfather out there searching? Well, with the stepfather out there searching, and then on the same sense, we're learning that the mom may have potentially invoked her right to remain silent for the infinity of this case. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it screams desperation about something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that he's doing real searches. You don't search for something that, you know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion.
Well, what about this unscrupulous PI? What is his involvement in all of this, in your opinion?
I've never liked him. Even before the Sebastian, there's just something wrong about him.
Yeah.
He creeps me out. He just does not seem like he's a real PI. And I don't think that he's in this for the right reasons, for actually, finding out, what happened to Sebastian. I think he's in it for the mom and stepdad, trying to cover up some tracks, for them. I just don't think that he's a legitimate PI. And I do know some people, there's been chatter that, they've been trying to get him looked into. And I think 4 out of the 5 states he's licensed in, or is it 3 out of 4, that they're interested in what his activities are.
Good. All they have to do is go over to his calling card, his Twitter account, and see how disgusting he is, how he treats people.
Oh, absolutely. I know that that's been sent in along with some other information.
Yeah, and if somebody is out there in Tennessee, now I didn't mean to cut you off, and I'm going to let you talk just a second, but if there's somebody out there in Tennessee that knows how to do public record requests, if you guys could do the public record request for any information about the two people and see what's in those reports, send those reports over to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I just want the most recent complaints, probable cause, incident reports, whatever you can acquire from law enforcement about the most recent complaints reported to law enforcement about intimidation. I'd greatly appreciate it. You can send that to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm not a resident of Tennessee, so I don't know how I can acquire them without suing them to get it. So it'd just be easier if one of my Tennessee Coffee Club family could reach out and find ways to get copies of those and send those to me. That'd be great. Okay, sorry.
Oh, that would be wonderful if you get those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would like to know, like, why they're even torturing that poor neighborhood. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. Those people don't deserve it, you know, and I would think that could potentially be witness intimidation.
Yeah, but they literally made somebody leave their house. I didn't even talk to anybody. I literally didn't talk to a single soul there except like 4 people that I had previously made engagements with. I was all over that state. I was all over the state of Tennessee in 4 days. And I ended up going to jail a month so later saying I'm stalking somebody when I didn't even see anybody.
And I know, Betty. I know. And there's so much more behind that. And like, I can even think of the ringleader that first started all this stuff. Like, and I know you're very familiar with that person.
Yeah.
As well. Probably more so than most of us. But, you know, he's made a game out of this. I think he's out for revenge. For a few reasons.
Yeah.
And because I've been just sitting back watching, you know, this whole thing from the beginning. I'm here in North Carolina. I found out about Sebastian 2 days after he went missing. So I've known about that long, well before, you know, the parents started making their appearances and stuff. But so I've just been sitting back, watching what's going on. I've watched the rumors start flying out, and I knew where they were coming from, and I had a good reason why. And it was just ridiculous because it became a big, huge circus.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, you know, added into the mix of missing kids. You know, and Sebastian is a real boy, and some of these people just don't care. They do not care. And why anybody would watch the hate channels is beyond me.
Because they're hateful people.
Into that.
They're hateful. Most of the people that watch them are prior criminals that feel that they were unjustly arrested, unjustly imprisoned, and want to free all the bad people because they don't want to acknowledge that they are also those bad people. That's what I truly believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know some people like that, and that makes absolute sense. They will not take responsibility for their own actions.
And they want to get every bad person off because they feel it's the law is unjust, yet they try to explain it and can't. They don't even know why they went to jail. Well, it's because you stole something, you dum-dum. You beat somebody up, you dum-dum. You know, you broke the law, you dum-dum. That's why you go to jail. Not everybody's innocent, absolutely. And most of these people weren't either. Hell, I did half the shit I was arrested and convicted for.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, I've never been arrested. Let's hope I never do.
My 20s was a blur.
I mean, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. I think
my 20s was a blur. Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't do more damage, especially not remembering. But you know what? They always say if you don't remember, it didn't count. So I'm good.
Oh, really? I'm right there with you, Betty. Because I mean, I am surprised I made it, you know, out of my 20s unscathed.
Yeah. Absolutely. It was fun while it lasted. You know, living with the consequences in your 40s and 50s, not so much. But hey, it was fun. What can we say?
Oh gosh, absolutely. Yeah, I can't imagine my age now. I'm in my 50s that feel like that back then. No.
Yeah.
No, my body couldn't even keep up with that. But I just, I hope that this, campaign of trying to get the hate channels to settle down, I wish YouTube would take it a little bit more serious,
Well,
what
in
they're
all
doing.
fairness, I think they have settled down. I think they're keeping it on there, which, you know what, they're just like everybody else. They're entitled to their commentary. I don't have a problem with them. It's when they start trying to destroy other people, when they're trying to take people's channels, take people's livelihoods, go real life. That's when I have had it. I absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And then and I heard the latest is they're trying to blame it on the neighbor Bobby and her children.
We knew they're gonna try a plan B. We know they're gonna try a plan B.
Yeah, I mean, I just, all of this just screams are desperate. It's like total desperation, and I am, fairly surprised that that there hasn't been any action like for the public to see from Ellie. But I understand that takes time, and I'm glad that they're trying to build rock solid case that will stick. And I have been asking about the grand jury for a long time, that if anybody thought that this would go to the grand jury and then they'll let them decide, because it is full of circumstantial from our end. We don't know what Ellie has,
right?
And stuff, but
But everybody keeps saying, but it's circumstantial. Circumstantial is evidence. It's evidence. Circumstance. Everybody keeps saying, well, this is not direct evidence. This is just circumstantial. Well, I hate to tell you, circumstantial evidence has put people in jail for many years.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, that's what I said, because normally I'm not for that if it's just a little bit. But this is amounted to, you might as well just have, DNA thrown in your face. It's like right there.
Yeah.
That I don't think that, and I don't want to think that they harmed Sebastian.
I don't want to
really
think that either. But what do you?
I know parents out there do.
Yeah. But what do we do with this information? I mean, honestly, if he ran off, he would have been found. If they had shipped him off to a medical facility, he would have been found. I mean, who would go through all of this in their personal life if they just did a custody thing? I mean, at this point, I would think they would say, I give up here. I give up here. This is where my son is. Go get him. I'm sorry. Let's not, do this, that, or the other. What did I just do? Did I just hit something? I just knocked my lights out again.
Uh-oh.
Today's just one of those days. We'll get through it, though. We'll get through it.
Oh yeah. At least it's the last day of the year.
Yeah.
That hopefully 2025 is a much better year, and everybody gets answers, and and that stuff. We'll know the truth.
Yeah.
Of what happened.
I agree.
And hopefully why.
Every time I bend over, my dog gets on my back. Oh, good gracious.
Oh, gosh. I absolutely love Delilah.
I know you guys can't see her. You guys can never see her crawling on my back, because she's right here. If you guys can see my hand, my Delilah's right here, but she crawls on my back the entire time I'm on this thing. That's why I keep the background, so you guys don't see. Like, if I showed you guys what I go through and you guys don't even know it, you would not believe me, because you don't believe this stuff is literally going on behind the scenes, but it is always going on behind the scenes. If you guys don't notice, Delilah is standing up and she's got her paws in my hair. And so you guys don't even know how I keep a straight face and keep talking when I've got a dog behind me playing with my hair.
Yeah, just wait till she gets into the toddler stages.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Don't worry. Or her teenage stages.
Yeah, she better not get in her teenage stages for many years to come. Sorry, but I'm not. I'm not prepared for her to be in a puppy stage, or in an adult stage, or even an adolescent stage for forever and ever. Amen. She's going to be a puppy forever in my mind and in my life.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree, buddy. But I wanted to say too that when you are in North Carolina again, I know that you said that you were coming up to meet with Olivia.
Yeah.
That if I can make it up there to Asheville area, I'd love to have coffee with you and Olivia, or just you. Or,
yeah, it's usually the whole gang. Whenever we're together, it's usually me, her, and Mom. We call Mom and my Mama Bullhorn.
Yes. Oh my gosh, your moms are great. I absolutely love it when I can see the videos with your mom.
I know. I try not to get her to talk, like even when we're together and I'm live, I'm like, shh, because she's been attacked so much, and she's just a sweet little, I don't want to call her an old lady because she's my mama, but she's just a sweet doll, and she doesn't deserve it. And people are like, why do you talk? Because I don't want my mom speaking on my lives. If she calls in, that's one thing, but I don't want people knowing that she's with me when I'm out, because we got stalkers. I mean, I don't want to put my mom in danger.
I absolutely. I can't imagine that, what they would do to your mom.
Yeah, well, they've done enough already.
That's ridiculous. I lost my mom last year. Mm-hmm. And, and then when I see you and your mom together, you start talking, each other, and she's just, being a mom,
Yeah.
It just reminds me of the relationship I had with my mom.
Well, I can tell you my mom's very blessed of who I became from where I came from. She was wondering if she was going to have to bury me. And now I'm here alive and healthy and giving to others, doing my part to give back for, it's just my repentance, to the things that I've done in my life. This is just, it gives me purpose, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something to honor some other people, besides myself.
You're doing great. Thanks, Betty.
All right. God bless you.
Good. You and Tony and, everybody that stepped up for Steph, wonderful. You beyond, that you've been always doing these things. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. And, and I think that, that's, part of the reasons why, haters come after you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're on the good side of things.
Well, they can always come after me, but they'll never be on the right side because we are.
No.
So the only way they're going to be able to be on the right side of arguments is to join us.
Absolutely. Yes, because I stay behind the scenes sometimes, but I've been, helping Tony a little bit, and then Michelle Lee. I've, just been behind the scenes this whole time, trying to help out with things or what I see and stuff, and can't tell you how many images I've looked through for all these places, these homes, that you send a kid to, just looking, to see if, just possibly, they'd have an image of, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Because they do put images out there.
Yeah.
And just, just anything to try to, help find them, or I don't know.
I agree. All right, love.
I just, but, I appreciate everything you're doing. Your mods are great as well.
My mods are the absolute best. They're the best part of the Bullhorn Betty channel.
Yes, they are. They definitely, run things great.
They do.
Maybe they keep all the negative out, all the hate, so it's nice to come to a chat, where you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the call. Please call back again at another time. And thank you so much for your commentary.
Yes, thank you, buddy. And you have a happy new year.
You too. You too. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Okay. I did want to answer some questions. I saw some people in here, and I do appreciate you guys being respectful and not being nasty or anything like that. But I did just want to put some perspective on these things where CP and KP passed. I don't believe that. Why do I not believe that? Is because it came from their mouths. There's no corroborating information. That means there's no other person that can say, yes, they passed 3 polygraphs. That's a lot different than what we have with Seth, because Seth went through the Nancy Grace show. Nancy Grace set it up. He had an FBI polygraphy guy, the administrator, the FBI trained administrator of the polygraph test, whatever they're called. I didn't want to say polygamy. So I figured I'd go with the path that I knew. Okay, he's an administrator polygraph test. He was trained by the FBI, a very well-to-do guy. Please don't mind Delilah and her plastic bottle. But he passed that on, like, the public. Like they took him on the TV and read his result to live people. That means it wasn't told to us just by him. As a matter of fact, I don't think Seth ever told us whether he passed or failed at all. We waited until we got to the Nancy Grace show. And when we got to the Nancy Grace show, they let us know he passed, and he passed with flying colors. So the reason why I have problems with CP passing, KP passing, anybody passing, is that we have no corroboration that they did. We only have their word of mouth, and I'm sorry, I just don't believe them. They've lied too many times. And when people are caught lying, you have to question everything that comes out of their mouth, including whether they brought their son home that night, right? There's a lot of people, 1/3 of our channel, that doesn't even believe Sebastian came home. Why? Because they don't trust his mother. And they don't trust his mother to tell the truth. So if we don't trust the mother to tell the truth, how can we take her at face value when she tells us something like, we passed a polygraph test? I'm sorry, I have a hard time. Not that you're wrong, Rue. I'm not saying that you're wrong for saying that. I'm just simply saying that where's the receipts? We actually have receipts for Seth. We have no receipts for the mom or the stepfather at all. As a matter of fact, the only receipts that we had that Chris took a polygraph test was prior to the Nancy Grace show. And then he was caught. He was busted lying on national TV because for a solid month, 30 days, he was telling everybody he had passed a polygraph. He was cleared. Nothing to see over here. And Nancy Grace asks them, did you pass a polygraph test? And it was dead silence. Well, I did. Well, I didn't. And then we realized he had been lying to us. So how can we trust that they telling us they took these tests and them telling us that they passed? How do we know that? I haven't heard a police officer come out and say they passed. I heard one crackpot, mainstream media news guy, Nick Barris, say it. But how much shit has he gotten wrong so far? Quite a bit. Why? Because he does not doing his job. I mean, you just saw the nonsense he just put out. It's the same nonsense he's been putting out, this almost same verbatim information he's put out for the last 4 months. The same exact nonsense. This man does not know what he's talking about. I'm sorry. Is Justin for all in here? Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm 2 hours late. What did I miss? Oh, you missed a lot. You missed my whole system going down on me. You missed it. Today was one of those days where we're sliding into a new year and everything that could have went wrong in this show went wrong in this show. Luckily, we pulled it together this last hour and it has been exciting. Welcome to the New Year's, you mother. No, I'm just joking.
Nice try. Nice try, but you're a liar.
It has been one of them days, but it's so nice to see you here. And the great thing is the whole world can fall apart. And here on the Bullhorn Betty, mother chickens, mother cluckers. Well, the good news is we pulled it together. We made a show. It's been 3 hours. It's great. It's great over here. It's great over here. So that's kind of where we've been. So I'm going to turn the phones back on, and we're going to get through this hot mess express of a live broadcast and professional news organization reporting on the Sebastian Rogers.
Hello? Hello, this is Mandy from customer service. Oh, shut up.
All right, we're back. But you know what? When it comes to Chris Proudfoot, I think we're all going to say that when it comes to whether I believe whether they passed their polygraph or not, let me just clue you guys in.
Liar, pants on fire.
Just saying, if anybody needs to know how I feel about it. All right, let me turn the phones back on. It's been great. Hi. I think we've went over so much so that Delilah is sitting here steady trying to get my attention. Come on. Steady trying to get my attention because because we only do normal. She knows that she knows something ain't right here. This is Betty. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hi, Betty. This is Libby from Ohio. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got
Oh, nice to hear from you, Libby. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. I can't believe 2025 is here.
I know. I hope it's a good year for everybody.
It's going to be a good year for me because I demand it to be a good year, and it's going to.
Yes. I do, too. I what you put out in the world, what you put out, you receive.
Amen.
Right? That's how I feel. Positive vibes, and I'll be thinking of you. I know you've got stuff coming up soon. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I'm rocking it out with my coffee beans out. I know I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to fight it this is just a small little issue, but I will fight it however I need to fight it. I have committed myself to that one way or another, but we're not allowing this to happen to me or anybody else in that county again. I'm putting a stop to this.
No.
Excuse my language, but
I believe justice will prevail.
It will.
So I wanted to call. I feel like I'm always on the replay crew, and I try to keep up when I can. But today I was able to kind of watch the whole stream live. And when you opened up the phone lines, my question is, I'm so worried about all of the misinformation regarding this. Is it an injunction or is it a lawsuit? Because I just wanted, what's happening with Bruce? I see some people saying he's not on it. Some people saying he is, and I don't know what to believe anymore.
It sounds like well, first of all, he was never our attorney. He's always been Dog the Bounty Hunter's attorney. If we all wanted to have our own separate attorneys on this, we could, and it could have 14 or 15 attorneys listed.
Okay.
So I think
sense.
what it was a miscommunication on who was going to represent Dog the Bounty Hunter. It has nothing to do with any other plaintiffs. I think this is just specific to Dog and Dog alone. And again, because Bruce is not my attorney, he's not going to tell me anything because he's another plaintiff's attorney and he's required to have confidentiality with his client, which is Dog the Bounty Hunter. So I think personally they're blowing this way out of proportion. I think it was just a miscommunication on who was going to represent Dog the Bounty Hunter in this PA lawsuit. I don't think it's a huge deal. I think it was simply just a misunderstanding because all the attorneys were working together to do the injunction or the paperwork from, I don't know. I don't do the behind the scenes. Even this is just my assumption. I don't have any factual information. I only know who my attorney is and what my discussions were with my attorney, which I'm not going to, tell anybody what those are because I've got confidence.
No. No, nor should you.
Yeah. And
I think that's attorney-client privilege.
Yeah.
So that's just between you and Leslie.
Yeah. So I think that's really what it's about. I think it was just a misunderstanding on who was going to represent Dog in this particular matter.
So, but does he represent, what's her name? The canine captain?
I don't think Bruce is, my understanding is Bruce only represent, I don't know what Jules, you'll have to talk to Jules about that because again, we're all independent plaintiffs and we have our own conversations with our attorneys. But from everything I read from Bruce Castor that was made public, it sounds to me like he's never represented anybody but Dog. So I think it was just miscommunication.
That's kind of what I thought too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he was on one of the shows just with Dog, and I kind of got that impression that he's his attorney, and that would be why he had to be added to the injunctions.
Yeah.
I think that I hope that the other plaintiffs didn't assume that he was going to represent them too.
It was never. To be honest with you, it was never my understanding that Bruce was representing me ever. I never had that assumption.
So yeah, and you can't speak for everybody else. I mean,
right? Because
if they did, then that's on them.
Right. Because again, all I've done is speak to the people that I spoke to for me and myself. We didn't have a huge team. I mean, I spoke directly with the assistants, and I know that the other plaintiffs spoke directly with the assistants. I know we haven't communicated between ourselves. Other than to talk, to collect information or to share information. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, we turned out whatever we had over to our attorney and, that's what it was.
Yeah. And so Lesniak's working for everybody, but the Dog is only with Castor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you clarified that because I was getting worried. I
I
try not to watch
wouldn't
the
worry
hate
about it.
channels too much, but you see things everywhere. I mean, things spread like wildfire, and I started thinking, "Oh my gosh, what is this turning into?" And I thought I'll just go directly to the source.
Yeah, it was like I've never talked to Bruce Castor. It was never put to me that he was representing me in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, it was specifically I was specifically told he was not an attorney for us. He was specific an attorney for dog. It sounds like there was, he represents dogs. So I don't know what that whole thing is, but I know it's not as nefarious. I think the reason why SF is throwing all this stuff up is because he's in hot water. I mean, we have legit receipts saying he's violating his license, and he's trying to say that we're doing some nefarious things with this lawsuit. I can promise you we're not, and it's going to go forward.
Well, and I know that you don't like SF. I mean, listen, I don't think anybody here really does, but I think that if he is willing to do that, I know another caller called in earlier, if he's willing to do the reward for a charity of your choice, or if it goes to Seth, I think just show him what you have and let him sit down and be quiet.
Yeah, well, he knows what he's done. And to be honest with you, like I said, he's going to end up running interference. But the only thing I've got is the receipts showing that he was searching for the person, showing that he said he found the person, and showing the article from her parents. And that is as much. And in that article, they said, we are not going to name the PI, but he would not tell us where our daughter was without $2,000. So we ended up paying the $2,000 and brought her home. That's what the article said.
Wow. And there's no way that there was another PI involved. It was just him.
Just him.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And he knows it.
Listen, just
he knows it. The reason why
make him pay up.
The reason why he's offering that $2,500 or the $25,000 is because he knows that they did not list him as the PI in the article. That's the only thing he's holding on to. But he doesn't realize the caveat of me having the receipt of him saying he found her. And that
was this recent? Was this recent?
No, this was like a few years ago. This was not a recent case whatsoever. I think I read this article back maybe 2022, 2020. Maybe it happened in 2021.
Just a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, it was several years ago, and I remember running across it. I remember reading it, and I'm like, this asshole.
Well, I'm glad you have all those receipts, and what charity would you give it to, Seth, or would you? Is there another charity that you hold near and dear?
I'll dig them all back up, and I will produce them because I know that they exist because I've read them. And as a matter of fact, we've talked about them before. I actually produced them on another show. So it was.
So that's how he found out.
Yeah. Well, no, I produced him on another show when we talked about him. I think I think it was when he started bragging about him finding 13 to 15 people. I did a deep dive into him to find out who these people he supposedly found were. And one, I could not find any articles about him. And the articles that I did find about him were not in his favor. And so I had produced the receipts previously, but I did that. When did I do that, guys? We talked about this, and I wanted to think it was maybe it was during the Layla Santinello case. Is when I found it. I think that's when I found it because he was going after Jen Santinello really hard. So I started hitting back and I found the article. So I think I just produced those last year, honestly, in 2023.
Well, and I didn't follow the Layla Santinello case until, I've heard mention of it recently because of everything else going on in Tennessee, but was he the PI hired for her?
He conned his way into the father and stepmother and then tried to say he was going to expose Jen Santinello because she wouldn't work with him. This is his MO. If people don't work with him, he tried this. He's done this in every single case from Kylie Rodney to Dylan Rounds out in Utah. The parents fired him from the Dylan Rounds case, and then he started attacking his mother, not the father. If you notice anything about SF, he attacks the women.
Wow. All right, I'm going to have to go down the rabbit hole.
You're going to have to go down that rabbit hole.
Behind on everything.
Do your due diligence because you will find what I found. And these parents were very upset that they had to pony up $2,000. But at the end of the day, like they said, they got their daughter home and got their daughter home safe. So at the end of the day, but it's still the whole extortion aspect of it. If you're a pro bono attorney and you're here to help, why are you extorting $2,000 when you have information to bring somebody home? I would never in a million years ever do that.
Well, and I thought when he first kind of came into the picture, I'd never heard of him before Sebastian missing. So when he first came in, I thought that he was credible, and then I'm very enlightened now by everything that you just mentioned, and I want to go look into it.
Yeah, start with Kylie Rodney. That's when he first started lying about the PI in California. He ran that case in.
And he doesn't live there?
I don't know if he lives in California or not. I know he says he does, and he has an office, an alleged office in California, but he wasn't licensed at the time whenever Kylie Rodney was going on. He said he was a private eye, but I think he was a private eye in Arizona or something. He wasn't, and he kept saying because there's a Stephen Fisher that's a private eye in there, but his name was spelled much different than Stephen Fisher spells his name. His lawful legal name. You have to use your legal name. And this person used Steven. And if you see Stephen's name, it's Stephen. So
right.
So he did have a Stephen Fisher in the database in California, but his legal name was spelled a lot different than SF's legal name is. So, or
that was something brought up by At Night, right? I think At Night said something about they called him out for that.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, I think since then since the Kylie Rodney case, I believe he did get accepted as a PI in California, but it was like in 2023. Her case was much earlier before that, but I can't remember. But either way, the Adventures with Purpose came out and spoke out against him. The mother of Dylan Rounds has come out and spoke out against him. Jennifer Santinello has come out and spoke against him, and these are victims' families coming out, speaking out against this unscrupulous PI. He is not good at what he does. And then you go over to his Twitter account and look how he handles himself. Does that sound like any professional you want to deal with?
I don't know. I mean, I'm worried because there's so much going on that it's hard to believe. I try to stay off the Twitter and everything because I just feel like I'm glad that you cleared things up with Bruce, because there's so much misinformation. I don't know. I almost wanted to not follow anything anymore because I don't know what to believe. Every day it's something new. Every day it's something new.
I don't blame you. I mean, the frustration of us content creators. To be honest with you, I try to come from a legitimate place and try to bring legitimate work with me. And every time I do, it's cut down and knocked down because it's legit. And these people have nothing but their opinions. And so I don't know. It's just a convoluted situation here. But SF knows what he did. SF, I called him out about this same exact case 2 years ago or a year ago. So if he wants to play these games, I will find the receipts, and I want that $25,000 to go directly to Seth. And if he doesn't do it,
well, he said a charity, but does Seth have a charity in his name that
he actually does?
Find a way around it?
501(c)(3) charity. That's SF.
What's the name of that one?
I don't know. Rogers Family Trust, I think, is what they just transferred that from, or family whatever, from California when he lived in California. I think he's going to renew that because it's already established, and change that over to Sebastian, something for Sebastian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's my
show the receipts and make him put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, but I have a funny feeling he's going to scream, but he's broke. Or he's going to show some Photoshop $25,000 going to a bunk or one of his friends' charities. I ain't doing all this. He knows what he did. I'm not going to sit here and play these games with this Yahoo that's a scumbag. I doubt he has a penny to his name, let alone going to throw out $25,000 to any charity. But hey, you know what? We'll make him show his colors. But I
absolutely.
If he's okay with me picking the charity, then I'll produce the receipts. But I'm just going to go back through my other work and find that the show that I did previously on him, because that's where everything's at.
Yep, and tell him you wanted to go to Seth's 501(c)(3). That's it, the 501(c)(3). Yep.
Yep. Well, God bless you. Thank you so much.
You too. Happy New Year. And I'll be thinking about you. What is it, next week? What's the day we have to go? What will be happening then?
I have no earthly idea. I got to reach out to the attorneys today and see what's up.
But you're not facing any jail time, right?
I don't see how with the pending appeals.
Okay, so there are appeals. Good.
Yep, there's
All right,
several.
well, I'll be thinking of you, and thank you for everything that you do, and I appreciate you letting me call in.
God bless you. Thank you.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the button too soon. Thank you for that. You sound like me, ready to dish it right back sometimes, but then get a smile because it's like it never ever happens. Yeah, and not only that, but what is he going to do? We know that this stuff exists, but I will find it. I will find everything I produced before, because he absolutely did this. He absolutely know he did this. And the good news is we've already ran a story on it, so it should be easily confirmed and corroborated. So SF, I want that $25,000. And I want it to go to a place that I say. Now, if he's going to play this game, I just want you to know his integrity, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to produce the receipts. He's going to try to lie and distance himself from the receipts. He's going to say that they're not true, and therefore he's not going to turn over the $25,000. That's going to be theory one. The other theory is that I'm a lying FNB, and he's not going to put the $25,000 where I say that it's going to go where he goes, and you're going to know that it never happened. So that's the kind of dirtbag we're dealing with. Those are what I anticipate, but I will find the receipts. I will call his number, and we will see if he is going to pony up the $25,000. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming here, hanging out with me for 3 solid hours. Holy crap. You guys go have an amazing New Year's Eve. We'll be back later today. I'm not sure what time. It kind of depends on everybody else out there. Can I call Outer Banks? You're more than welcome to call. Hold on, let me turn the phone lines back on. If you guys will please let Outer Banks call in, I greatly appreciate it. The phones are on, Outer Banks. If you want to call, you're more than welcome. I can't tell whether it's you or not, but I'll answer whoever calls in. Wait, we need 100 more likes. So Justin for All's telling everybody 100 more likes. If you have not liked this show, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button before you leave. Let's see if this thanks. Is this Outer Banks?
Yes, thank you. I just want to say this because it's been on my mind. Hi, you guys.
Hey.
Okay, I'll make it fast because I know we've been on a long
time.
Take
your time.
Okay, so this is far out there. But what if SF, now in my opinion only, what if he goes around the country and does this kidnapping or taking children to get money and then gets them returned? I mean, what if he's the guy?
You know what? I would agree with you probably on that, but I don't see him being a man that could handle he can't even handle a woman, let alone a child. So I don't know.
He is so fucking freaky. Freaks me out just to look at him. He's creepy. I can see him doing this.
I agree.
And I'm gonna ask SF on his ex where he put Sebastian. I'm just gonna write this guy's ass. I don't care because he don't scare me. I don't care.
He doesn't scare me either. He's just a lapdog. He tries to. He's like a Delilah. You know, his bark is worse than his bite because he goes and runs to the shadows every time he sees danger.
That's just my mind. I have a crazy mind sometimes, and he's got to insert himself in here, and he has all this information, but he won't give it out, and everything's a secret, and he's pro bono until he has information, and then he wants money.
Yep.
I can see him doing it. Actually, I can see him doing it.
He has done it. He's done it many times. He did it to Brittany and George. He told them that he was going to represent them pro bono, and then told them to hand him over $3,000.
And I think the sheriff needs to investigate this son of a bitch. He's an absolute creep.
Oh, trust me. I think he's got a lot more hot water on him than he thinks he does. We have 79 more likes to go, folks. So
okay, that's all I want to say. I'm just listening, and I'm just like my mind goes in a million directions when everybody brings up something, and I'm like, this dude is a creep. I cannot stand to even look at him.
He is. And you know what? He's even creepier. one of our beautiful subs came in here and found out, or sent me an email, and apparently the BSOX, TB specifically, is trolling the Facebook and liking and unliking, or thumbing down and thumbing up people's comments, and one of our subscribers in here had to block him because he was going and liking all of her stuff or commenting on all of her stuff or something like that. It freaked her out. She thought he was spying on her.
Oh my God! If I could punch that guy in the throat, I'd do it in a minute.
We don't believe in violence on the Bullhorn Betty channel.
It makes me so mad, but I'm going to go. You have a great day. Stop apologizing for your equipment. We know that you're trying to get it under control. We don't care. We're here with you. You fix out whatever you need to get fixed out, and we all understand.
Thank you. Yeah, but today was, I've never had 2 computers fail on me before. That was a new experience.
It's all okay. You got it figured out, and it worked.
Thanks, Outerbanks. God bless you, and Happy New Year.
You guys, I love you all. Have a good day. I'll see you later.
Yep. All right, guys, that is the last call for our show today. Thank you all for rocking it out with your coffee beans out with me. 3 hours. We haven't done a 3-hour show since I've been in the field. It's been a while. I also want to thank all of the beautiful people that came here and supported this channel today. Your support means more than you could ever imagine. And look at that. I missed a few. Look at Justin for all. Happy New Year's to all. Blessing. Oh, I did put that up there. Thank you for that. I think we got everybody else in here. Simply thank you for your genuine friendship to Seth. Yes, and you and your hair. Happy New Year. Thank you for all you do in research. Thank you. Autumn gave us a super sticker. Thank you so much. And ending with Justin for all. Thank you all for all your love and support for this child, for me. I'm trying to close out the show, but people are telling me no. If you guys could just get us up 50 more. We got enough people in here. Get 50 more likes on the Bullhorn Betty channel. 50 more likes. But I'm out of steam at 3 hours and 10 minutes. So we are going to say we didn't meet the goal, but we did meet the goal to open the phones up for an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be opening up the phone lines a little more to discuss this case. It's the one component we haven't been able to do since the beginning of this case because of all the nastiness coming from Camp Proudfoot and their cronies, causing major disruptions to this channel, to me, and to the show production, which has hindered this show quite a bit. So now that we're kind of back on good, a good foundation, we're going to continue to build this channel back up bigger and better. Then wait, you can't leave until everybody's invested in this 1,000 likes. So if you guys have not hit the like button, please consider going out and hitting it. If we do not hit it, our audience is going to be really, really, really upset. So we need the 1,000 likes. We're almost there. It's been a long time since we hit 1,000 likes on our YouTube channel. It sounds like we're just a few away from the likes. 35 more. We're doing a countdown here for the people here. Oh, we can thank you, Gigi, for life. Let's go through the polls. You're right. We're down to 33 more. Let's end the poll. The poll has officially ended. Our poll had 1,600 plus votes. That is quite a lot of votes. And the question was, do you think Nick Barris is providing great coverage of the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case? And 61% said hell to the not. And 38% said, yeah, he's doing great coverage. So 2/3 of the population thinks Nick Barris sucks. I hope this is constructive criticism for the man. I hope he kind of reinvigorates. Tulip said I voted wrong in the polls. Okay, Freebird is saying we've got 10 more likes. They're counting it down. B. Betty's saying 11 more likes. Win a shirt from Sonia. Countdown to 2025. 10 more to go. We're stuck on 10. I would help out, but I think that is we're down to 6. We need 6 more loving people of the Bullhorn Betty channel that has not hit those like button to get out there and hit that like button. We're hearing it's 3. Do we got a 2? Let's do the countdown now. 1 more to go, Sonia says. 1 more to go. Who's the one? Who's the one? I'm not doing it. I like it when I came in. We hit it! All right, guys. Happy New Year's. We did it. We did it. We did it. Sonia, when you find out the winner chicken dinner of today's shirt, the recipient of the shirt, please let me know. And we'll get that shipped off. I will be happy to sponsor that shirt today. Thank you guys so much. Just let me know who, and I will be sending you off the shirt. So some lucky winner in the YouTube world just got themselves a shirt. Thank you guys. I love it. I love it. I will announce. Okay, so Sonia says she will announce it on the next live. Thank you so much. So Sonia will announce the shirt winner on the next live. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys later. Woo-woo! Happy New Year's Eve. Go out, have fun, and come back to Bullhorn Betty here in the near future. I will be back today before the new year. It's going to be a short little something. It's only going to be about 30 minutes later this afternoon because I'm taking the day off. I've worked for it. It's been a rough year, and I'm going into 2025 with a free mind, a free body, and a free soul. And anybody that wants to come in here and be an asshole can let the door smack you with a good Lord split you. I don't know how you do it. What do you say? Hit you with a good Lord split you, okay? We have no palate for bullies. We have no palate for people that can't stay in their own chats and want to, I can understand if I was over in other people's chats, causing stuff, but I don't go anywhere. I stay here, I stay in my own lane, and I stay on my own show. And these asshats that can't do that are disgusting and despicable people. You know what? I think I think every last one of them has blood on their hands. I have no problem calling them murderers myself, because every time they interfere in these cases, they cause delays. They could cause somebody to lose their life that hasn't already lost their life. And it's all because of the silly games that they play on these platforms. And as far as I'm concerned, Blank Screen, you are one of the ones that I think has blood dripping from him. As far as I'm concerned, in my eyes, you have injured people with your conduct, and I have no respect for you. None. As a matter of fact, I think you're evil, and I think you're dripping with that blood. The blood of victims. And I'm not taking that back. God bless. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you soon.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America. And more importantly, God bless our victims.